is definitely a hot drop when it comes to Neymar, and we always love to see a great Picado fight.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and who's gonna take their pick when it comes to this hot drops that we have? Okay, we have on the screen. We have Vampire Esports starting to loot up and really gather all the resources they can find right here. But no action so far just yet. We have people dropping still from the skies. Here we have. Know that the resources are very scarce and far in between. That's why there's a lot of action in the spots where people expect a lot of loot to pop up in the beginning of the map. We have Noshim actually, one person gathering the vehicle, and we have TZ right now still doing a clean sweep of all the floors of this compound right here. And across from them, we have EAN trying to gather some loot as well, even though they seem to have lost one of their players. So it's safe to assume that they are the ones that are doing it, and they are the ones that had that early altercation that we sadly were not able to watch.
But it's still okay. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Nongshing Red Force does have the advantage up against E-Arena. E-Arena playing with just 3 members here, so let's see how well they're going to be defending themselves up against NS Red Force. We all know that NS Red Force is also like a force to be reckoned with in terms of PUBG. So let's see if E-Arena does have an effective strategy here, ready to go up and dominate the boys of Noshim Red Force. So far, no movement at all coming from both of the teams here, although Joker is just right behind that concrete wall. He's not moving a muscle. He doesn't want his location compromised. But now we're looking at D Savior. Okay, and they're also alone. Seems like they're alone in a particular spot here, pillaging through houses, pillaging through towns to get everything they need, filling up their backpacks with all the nades, throwables that they're going to be using for any engagement that is about to happen inside Miramar. But so far, D Savior's quiet. I don't see any teams that will challenge them as well. So this is kind of a downtime, for Miramar, since, the map is big. Usually the teams, they take their sweet time, to just really gather everything that they need first before they jump into any fights.
Yeah, definitely. Again, resource management is a huge part of this game. It's about choosing to land where resources are and choosing to drive to places where resources are without compromising your safety and your position. We have on the kill feed, we have a fight between Claw and another team right there, and we're trying to stay updated as well with that clash. But right now we have Nongshim Red Force also with E-Arena still trying to position themselves in a way to avoid conflict. But a grenade was launched to try to stir things up. But let's see any retaliation from E-Arena right now.
You know what? I do wonder if PUBG will come up with like a missile launcher. That could be fun, right? That could be fun. But anyway, that is just me, like maybe dreaming and like maybe wondering, imagining things, to happen inside PUBG. But so far, again, we're still waiting for the arena and of course NS Red Force to find just really to collide and get through the exchange that we have been waiting for to happen. But no movement whatsoever. Nobody wants to do any reckless thing here. Nobody wants to even leave their buildings because they know the moment that they do, they're going to expose themselves to the opposition and give away a point.
With what we're seeing right now, people are still trying to find their place in the map, but Alter Ego already lost I think one player. Yeah. That's a point secured by Claw. That was what we saw in the kill feed right before we shifted our sights onto Nongshim back. We have Vampire Esports getting to their vehicles, trying to look for the second place to maybe loot up and check out what's in store for them. Again, we have on the leaderboard D plus Kia dominating with a clear lead at 23 points because they secured the first chicken dinner, but that is for their group as well. That's red, the group red. But right now we have red and yellow on the board. So don't be confused with the number of zeros there. It's because yellow team is just joining the fray. Here we have Claw raining down bullets at the fleeing KN Mark right here, and he is down for the count with his vehicle in tow. And to secure that kill, we are seeing a throw ball being launched. Did not damage the knocked out player, so we are still seeing some more action between RRQ and I think that's Vikings as well. They're fighting on another side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like Mark won't be living a mark here in Miramar as he had already been sent back to the lobby here. And now RQ! Okay, that was such a good shot coming from La Par. I think he was able to bag a point for himself. Now RQ now posting a total of 2 points in their pockets. But you're right. I will acknowledge what you just mentioned a while ago, Coach Abby. D plus Kia already at 23 points here.
If we bait them into these positions first,
we can drive them out. Gain the angle.
I'll clear the path.
Adieu.
Clean.
There's also the distribution center. All those corners.
Plenty of opportunities for surprises.
So they will have a chance for them to rack up some more points as soon as they step back into the game here. So far, what we are seeing are mostly like mid to long range fights happening. So, like teams, they can inflict damage, but to actually translate that into an elimination point could be a little bit of a challenge considering the distance that they have, between those players and those teams that they're actually trying to put down.
Well, actually, for the next zone, it's going to be interesting because a portion of the map or the safe zone is made out of water. So we are expecting a lot more action as people are trying to get into the safe zone for the next stage. And here we have a lot of teams on the move, especially since there are still a lot of map. That is clear. We have another altercation. This is between T plus Kia. And also on the kill feed, we have RQ versus the Savior. Again, everything's happened all at the same time. Nolbu securing the lead, taking down Finale. And that's another point secured for our leaders.
Unfortunately, though, for the side of the Japanese team, 2 casualties already, and could be hard for them to actually get to the latter stages of the game in their current situation because how long are they going to be lasting for this round going up against still a full squad? We still got a lot of teams that has, like a complete squad here. But switching to Alter Ego Eras down to 3. We're looking at Alva at the moment with a shotgun, and then we got Rosemary, of course, holding to his M416, and they're trying to hunt down these 2 remaining players from Japan.
Here we have Moana trying to push forward with also support from Rosemary from the high ground. So we have Tamra from King Trope also knocked down and out of the game. And we only have one remaining player and he's very low. That's D-San. Here hiding behind the wall and throw balls are being rained down on him. And that's it, guys. So we have our first grenade elimination from Moana. King Trope is down for the count.
All right, here we go. Moana is so far away from the sea, so far away from the ocean. Man, I do wonder if she's gonna survive, or like he's gonna survive rather. Okay, here we go. 2 points now in the bag again for Alter Ego Rares. Coming off the kill feed though, however, Alpha 7 seems to be losing some of their members, but let's just wait for the confirmation to come through if one of them will be sent back to the lobby as well. But as for D plus Kia, man, they're holding on to a high ground over here. Alpha 7 is just right down below, so could be easy for them to spot those players and actually assume a lot of points from that position alone. Now we got Joker all alone in this situation. Right behind this Conquer. Now, Beanie already on the move here with a shotgun S12K, and that puts Joker down in an instant. But it was actually TZ who was able to get that point.
Yeah, we have a clean up right now from Nongshim Red Force, and like what we can notice here, we have Hora and A7 Alpha 7 with an altercation, trying to get the best of each other and get and steal that high ground advantage from Alpha 7. Hora is trying to scout out, and this is really a risk that they're gonna have to take if they want to take that spot out of the enemy hands. We have another knockdown from D plus Kia. Again, with their high ground advantage. This is something we also saw in the previous map. They really secured high ground and just look at the other players from the low ground. Vikings, we have RQ Lapar is down, and that is it for RQ. We have an early elimination for them with 3 points. They are eliminated.
Vikings being brutal. Okay. That was Wunti's team. Oh, man. Okay, if you guys don't know who Wunti is, he was a former player from... The Savior. Okay. Also came from Flash, Team Flash. Yeah, he used to be called Batman. Okay. Because I'm such a fan of Wunti. Okay. That's why I know I've been following this player. Yeah. But anyway, getting back into the action, of course, we're looking at D plus Kia at the moment. We got Nobu on the screen. From the kill feed, though, it's NC2 from E Arena that got shut down. Let's just wait if that would be the end of the line for that player. But as for XZY, I think he wants to really seal the deal here. And now Nongshim Red Force, they now have a total of 3 points in their pockets.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of action being engaged. And also Vikings has 4 points as well. So this is a very action-packed engagement for both teams. BTR is now battling against Vampire Esports. We see Meow on the kill feed being knocked down by one of the members of Bigatron by Vitality. And that's also interesting. Again, we have the best of the best for each region also competing in this map. Bigatron, this is Nona Ambon trying to push forward and secure that kill or knockdown for Vampire, but Vampire is up. Here we have another knockdown from Kent. Kent secures that one.
Ooh!
Oh no, here's a retaliation.
Okay, here we go. Vampire Esports doing an effective counter so far, but unfortunately, Onzen is the last member here. He's trying to cook up a nade here, going up against BTR. Oh man, I don't think he was able to at least shut down a player from BTR. Here comes Onzen again with another move, another shotgun attack. Was able to inflict some pain, and now Onzen healing himself up, just trying to prep for battle here. He's all alone. He goes in for another charger. Onzen trying to dance it up, but unfortunately, that was the end of the line for Vampire Esports. BTR emerging victorious from that fight.
And the good thing about BTR is still they have time to recuperate and resurrect or heal up. And we have still a 4-man team for them. That's a great engagement for Bigatron, especially in that close quarter combat. All shotguns are out, but they still manage to defend each other. Each person watching out one knockdown player, and the Vampire Esports exits.
Did I see a McLaren?
Yes, there is.
Climbing up the mountains.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to unusual fans.
Like a Formula racing car climbing up the mountains of Miramar. But anyway, yeah. 13 teams remaining, ladies and gents. And Nobu from D plus Kia on his knees at the moment. And also a player from Vikings seems to have been taken back to the lobby as well. Now we got Superman on the screen. Can he do this job all alone, all by himself? Or will he be facing Kryptonite coming from D plus Kia?
So D plus Kia with multiple players down, but they have revived one more. And Superman is all alone. Let's see if this is going to be Fortress of Solitude, or is this going to be the end for the Vikings. And we have him storming over with that shotgun, but he is facing 3 players, and that is it for the Vikings. It is done. It is over. Superman has met his kryptonite.
Yeah, Chips be like, what? Who's Superman? You calling yourself Superman? I'ma send you back to the Fortress of Solitude. But anyway, back into the action. We got Bigatron by Vitality doing a massive spray up against the Savior here. Kent on the screen trying to shut down Levi's in his buggy. And now Levi's is down. 5 points in the bag. Now make that 6.
And that is proof that Mr. Kent is stronger than Superman, just at least for this game. So Kent with 3 eliminations, and that is D plus Kia suffering with wrath. Nobu, okay, D plus Kia can't get a break right now. They are being they're facing another siege from Hora this time, but Nobu with 3 eliminations, and Hora exits the game in the hands of D plus Kia.
Alva cooking up a nade here up against one player coming from Call. Let's just wait for the kill feed to see if he was able to put down that player. But in the meantime, we're looking at D Savior here, last surviving member. It's 2504 again with the pseudo names here. My goodness, you guys are really making it hard for the casters to do their jobs. But anyway, Bigatron 6 elimination points. And they're looking at 2504 here, of course, to get the point from D Savior, but they're having a little bit of a struggle at the moment. But here comes Alva now with a DPS. Coming from below, it's really hard to put down or like take down someone, like if they do have that high ground advantage. But let's see if they can make a great maneuver here up against Claw. We're looking at Unstoppable with a UMP in his hands. Can he get the job done here? But Alva with an awesome move, with an awesome counter, with a DBS shotgun. We all know how lethal this weapon is.
And even if Claw had that advantage in terms of positioning, they were down to 2 players, so that didn't really help the probability of them winning against Alter Ego. And that is a great fight right there. Alter Ego with 5 points secured right now on the board. But D plus Kia also still dominating with 8 eliminations, and followed closely by Bigatron with 6.
Okay, here comes Alpha 7 right now. They do have that element of surprise. Can he get sharper? Okay, can he get sharper? Okay, Ruzo right now trying to switch angles here, but Alva, man, this guy's pretty angry with that spray. They just parked, and now they saw where Faze Clan is actually holding their ground. They do have that advantage, but let's see if Alter Ego Ares can make something out of it. You know, can they make the best out of this situation and actually accumulate some points? That is still the big question right there. But 5 in the bag for Alter Ego Ares, that is a solid performance already.
And all I can say is this map is turning out to be a surprising one. At 19 minutes, we only have 8 teams, and that is really remarkable for a Miramar map nonetheless. We have Faze Clan right now with Alter Ego entering their radar and getting seen by the Faze Clan. But the Canary is trying their best to climb up this hill to get a better vantage point as we see more teams moving into the next stage, which is stage 6. We have a minute and a half left to do that. Alpha is facing off against so this is a Dongshim Red Force domination. We have 5 eliminations, and Beanie actually securing another one. 5 points in total for Dongshim, but here we have on the kill feed, by the way, as Alter Ego shows 5 eliminations, we have more action coming in. That's what we called out a while ago. That's Faze Clan versus Alter Ego, but now Dongshim is also part of the scuffle, being so close to the rest of the teams that are available on the map.
Man, D plus Kia is on the roll here, Coach Abby. I mean, we're looking at 8 points already. They're currently tied up with Bigatron as well. Dewey took a shot coming from Kent of BTR. Now, I do wonder if Kent is actually the coach or Federalis himself, but we'll probably find out later. I might have to send him a message asking, okay, what is your pseudo name? Just tell me! Tell me!
Maybe because we can't tell.
We can't tell.
We can't tell until we get that confirmation. So Canary right now, as I called out a while ago, they had the Alter Ego team in their sights, and that's why Alter Ego exited really quickly. But we are left with 6 teams. Imagine that, 6 teams at the 21st minute of a Miramar map, and we are headed over the hills. Everyone is trying to find a safe spot between the rocks to hide, and D plus Kia setting sight on an Alpha 7 player there, and they're down. Faze Clan being attacked right here, and everyone's turned down low. But we still have 5 more seconds before the zone closes out. People are trying to heal up. Rev is down for Alpha 7. D plus Kia doing a good job putting them on the ground. Senab is down as well. All this one from the Faze Clan. And there's so much action right now. Alpha 7 left with one singular player to their name.
All right, and that would be Carillo. Okay, obviously Faze Clan is hunting down Carillo in this situation. Just not quite sure though if they know exactly where Carillo is. Does he have that element of surprise? I don't think they are even aware that Carillo is just right behind them.
He's quiet right there between the car and the crevice of the rock. Kent is down. This one from Blue. Faze is being attacked also by D plus Kia. And things are happening all around Carillo, with Carillo just evading being seen. And he's prone right now, trying to crawl out. Oh no, will Faze hear him and spot him? It looks like D plus Kia is the one that's going to spot them. Carillo doing the backstab for Canary. Canary is down because of that shotgun, and 3 people are trying to scope him out. He's here, he's and he is down. Faze secures that knockdown and kill for Alpha 7. So Alpha 7 exits as the 6th team, and we are down to our last 5 teams for match number 2.
Yo, can you imagine, like, if Carillo has a nade or like a Molotov? He could potentially, like, really eliminate Faze Clan from behind. I mean, imagine if he does have a nade. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. That's the game for you, ladies and gents. 5 teams remaining. We've got D plus Kia back on the screen here again with a number advantage, trying to retaliate a big spray up against Faze Clan over here. So far, they do have the momentum, so big chance again for D plus Kia to secure another chicken dinner win. But as for BTR, man, they're getting picked off one by one. One of them is currently knocked down on the ground, so I do wonder if they will have time to pick up their teammate here. But as for Faze, oh my goodness, just like that, 2 of them down on the ground. We got Shopper low in HP, and BTR, ZA Phobia is not letting them out of their sight.
The funny thing is, they are moving out. A lot of teams had their triggers ready and they were shooting down at them, but they were able to evade it. We still have 1 player up for Faze Clan, but the challenge is, are they gonna be able to heal up as D plus Kia closes in on them and tries to secure that team elimination?
All right, Shopper is, of course, trying to hold on to this position. Okay, D plus Kia, they don't know where Shopper is exactly, but that was such a great shot coming from Shopper. Also, is currently knocked down on the ground, and now it's coming after Fabian. Okay, he did back out in the last minute, but that is because there is another team that would like to join into the mix, and Shopper just being careful not to get hit but by any stray bullets, you know, coming from any directions in this situation.
This is the risk that D plus Kia is willing to take, with Chips being prone up here at the top of the shed. He's providing the long-term view for his teammates that are sieging. But as we saw, BTR also had Faze Clan in their sights, but now Sam9 is joining in the mix. Sam9 actually knocking down one of the players from Bigatron, and that's a risk because of the bullets that they unload into Faze Clan, revealing their position.
Man, so my prediction is out. Experts' prediction is out. You might win the first prediction here, Coach. Wow.
I don't want to jinx it, guys.
Let's not jinx
Sam9 versus Bigatron still on the board. And also we have 3 teams with 4 players, so that's going to be a risk. Okay, GLU and D plus Kia and Sam9 all with 4 players, trying to find the great spot to divide and conquer right now. GLU are more sticking together, but D plus Kia sticking to their 1 and 3 man position right now. Again, Faze Clan miraculously surviving right now with just a singular player, the Shopper. And we are seeing the blue zone close down onto the players.
All right. Here we go. U-High. Okay, tried to do a massive spray. Unfortunately, he got spotted by Shopper. That was such a clean takedown. But GLU, Hexas, also getting some shots coming from Sem9. They seem to be getting the advantage here up against GLU. Hexas, I believe there's still time to get him picked up in this situation. D plus Kia here, 12 elimination points for the team. I mean, who can stop D plus Kia at this moment?
Yeah, D plus Kia actually really trying to flex on the other teams with the 3-1 position. They're seeing everything happen, but Null Blue is taken down. Sem9, 2 players are down, and things are not looking good for the dominant team, Sem9. They entered the last zone with 4 members, and now they're down to 2. Faze clan finally eliminated, with Shopper trying his best to extend their life here, and they are the 5th team out. Sem9 suffering from 2 knockdowns, only 1 player is up, and D plus Kia and GLU holding on to that.
You know, I wonder, Coach Abby, because if you don't know, Zuxi actually came back to BTR, so I do wonder if he is playing at this moment. But anyway, D plus Kia right now suffering some losses here, but they were quick on their feet here. Now they're still trying to go up against GLU squad here. KF doing his best to actually survive the fight, but unfortunately also just made sure that D plus Kia will be the ones emerging victorious from this altercation. But you know what? The fight is not over just yet, because Noel is still alive and kicking, although he is the last surviving member of his team. But you know what? It is getting intense already. We've got BTR throwing some nades up against Chiefs of D plus Kia, now executing a massive spray, and that's it for D plus Kia. Another player out of the game.
Yes, and what a turn of events. They were the best chance. They had the best chance with 4 players, and now Sem9 is also eliminated along with the other teams that only had 1 player. So now we have D plus Kia and Bigatron by Vitality with the best chance with 2 players each, and the sole member from GLU just trying their best to evade attack. Bigatron really going in, sieging and securing that kill. But let's see what will happen right now. Even playing field with 2v2v1.
Yep, and you know, GLU obviously staying over to the west side of the circle here, coming from the mini-map. And then we've got BTR coming from the northern side, and D plus Kia, of course, will be coming from down south. So there is still space, of course, right in between all of this teams here. Let's see, we'll be making the first move. We do hear a lot of gunshots, but I think that's coming from BTR trying to take down Noel in the situation. But I feel like BTR, since they do have that high ground advantage, they're already managing 2 teams here.
They are, and then now they're choosing to relocate with their vehicles respectively. They are trying to push towards where the D plus Kia team is at, because they have a bit of cover here, and here we have the siege coming in, and that is Bigatron. Cure him down, and we only have 1 player from Bigatron. Is the siege gonna be worth it for him? D plus Kia holding on to their compound right there, evading that attack, and we have Nona singularly trying to secure that shed, and he is down again. Bigatron by Vitality is not going to be part of our last 2 teams.
2v1 situation. Let's see if Noel can actually pull off a miracle here, or maybe pull off a great clutch here up against D plus Kia. But we all know D plus Kia was able to secure a chicken dinner. And it comes to momentum, they pretty much have it down already. But 16, oh my goodness, this is such an explosive performance coming from the Koreans, and they're putting up a great show, you know, for all of the fans down there in the comment section. But hey, this is how it's gonna go down for the side of GLU as well. Noel, what are you gonna do here, brother?
It is time. If he gets this, he's gonna be the first Noel. Yeah, it's too early for the Christmas, but yeah, here we go. We have Noel with the 2 players of D plus Kia split, and he is being sandwiched right now, and they are pushing forward. We have Fabian Asal from the Korean team trying their best to get a hold of him. He's trying his best to go in and out of their vantage point, but it's going to be a challenge here as we see. And he's doing the jump shot, and that is not enough. Again, a very dominant performance from the Korean squad. D plus Kia is our winner.
Back to back, winner chicken dinner. Bring your friends, because we're down for some Korean barbecue.
there's something very spectacular about Korean fried chicken. So that's the new KFC right now, Korean fried chicken. Yeah, winner chicken dinner again for D plus Kia. That's such a great performance, finding their spot, sticking to their strategy again with that high ground for the early to mid game, where they were able to see the rotation for other teams, which they also saw from the first map, and now it's paying off. We have the team stats right here flashed on the screen. We have Fabian with 6 eliminations, Nolbu with 6, Osal with 4, and Chips with 1.
All I can say is that from the get-go, I think, D plus Kia is pretty much on point with their rotations, with like teams they engage with. And D plus Kia right now, the fact that they were able to pull off like a back-to-back winner chicken dinner only goes to show how effective their strategy, their chemistry, their synergy as a team, their overall team composition right now is really working to their advantage. And my only question is, they do already have that gap in terms of score, right? In terms of points in the leaderboard. Who can stop D plus Kia right now?
Well, one way to stop them
ตัวนี้เป็นอาชีพใหม่ไง ที่มันเข้ามันแบ่งจากช่องดาเมจอาวุธหลักอัตราคลีอาวุธหลักแล้วก็
digit eliminations as well. So really heads up play from the Korean squad, and that is a great challenge to pose on the other teams as well. On here we have the teams to watch, of course, D plus Kia with the top stats there. Then we have Bigatron, GLE squad, and Faze clan. And you can see that with the travel distance, again, D plus Kia knowing just where to camp and set up their headquarters and then pick off the teams that's surrounding them. They have the lowest travel distance, but we have Bigatron and GLU really having their way in terms of the map, traveling from one point to another. As you can see, even the last circles, Bigatron was really sticking to their vehicles and trying to move all along and finding their spot in that circle. So that's really nice. And yeah, this is the risk that comes with navigating the hills of Miramar.
You know what? I feel like we should also like give props to that last surviving member coming from GLE's squad. I mean, he held on to his position for the longest time, trigger discipline. I think he let BTR and D plus Kia fight it off before he actually decided to, okay, it's now time for me to join into the mix here. But, it's overwhelming, of course, dealing with 2 players and you're alone in that situation. All you can do is just really strike that shot, like shoot your shot and just wait if like everything's gonna work onto your side. But unfortunately, D plus Kia, again, every advantage is working out for them. It was pretty obvious that D plus Kia will be the team that again will secure that chicken dinner. And speaking of securing a chicken dinner, we also have to give the spotlight, of course, to this player right here, D plus Kia Fabian. 949 damage output, 6 elimination points, and a total of 28 minutes of survival time. The MVP of the match, ladies and gents.
We have a great showing again for Fabian, knowing which spots to take, knowing when to push, when to be aggressive, and when to really defend their spot. That last siege by Bigatron, taking that risk to try to steal that shed away from D plus Kia, backfired, but it was really a great strategy for D plus Kia to really switch over, and one person was out of the shed when they did the siege. So again, this is a really sharp strategy coming in for D plus Kia.
And of course, I'm pretty sure that everyone watched the Hong Kong Invitationals, right? And there was that one point wherein, of course, BTR Federales was able to eliminate the squad. Like it was a wipe out with that nade that Federales threw. He completely wiped out the current reigning champs of PMGC, which is of course D plus Kia. And I wonder if something like that would also happen, for this tournament. That would be great, honestly speaking. But 27 points, a while ago it was 23, plus another 27 points for D plus Kia. They are now holding on to that top spot of the leaderboards. Now coming in to second place, we got Bigatron, of course, with 17, and then GLU squad with 10. But as for D Savior of Vietnam, Horror eSports of Nepal, and of course Kinotrope Gaming of Japan, well, they're all zeros, but fortunately, we still have a lot of games for this evening. This is just day number 1 of the playoffs, and a lot of things can still happen. They can still talk about things that went wrong. They can still alter their overall strategy here, to go up against, the teams here, change their approach whatsoever. But checking out the stats, 150 from 103 from the previous match. That is a huge jump, I can say. So I'm still expecting that this number would go high. And as for the longest elimination distance, we've got Hexes over here with a mix of a dragon and a Power Ranger shirt right there. I mean, they do have the coolest varsity jacket, and I hope that you can send some our way. Hey,
That's Oh, by the way, again, a clean 50 points for D plus Kia at the first 2 matches, after the first 2 matches of our night. We have, again, on the second spot, we have Voin Donkey, who only participated in the first match. Bigatron by Vitality, 17 points, also only participated in the second match. And then we have Faze with 7 and 8 for 2 matches. So things are just settling in. We have no idea how the rest of the night will go, but again, a very dominant win indeed for D plus Kia, making sure that they're the top of the red group as they battled against the green group and the yellow group as well.
And this is of course a round robin format, so there are teams that haven't played their second game just yet, so that explains why we do have some teams here still with a 0 for their number, but still a-okay. It's not how you start the game, it's how you finish it. So playoffs are more like an endurance competition, for the teams here. And again, we're looking at the top 18 teams that will get that golden ticket to proceed to the grand finals. And so far, again, D plus Kia is the apex predators, at the moment, topping the charts with a total of 50 points. So we are still expecting a lot more actions to happen. We've done Erangel and Miramar, and I can say that, it's a fast-paced game for both of the maps here, but I feel like you haven't paid your bills as well, Coach Abby. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, again, it's a wipeout, it's a blackout for some of the other teams, and I hope that everyone can just get their momentum as well. So just like that, the battlegrounds already brewing with a lot of intensity. We have seen calculated chaos, clutch plays, and a whole lot of fire from our Ruthless contenders. But hold your loot, we're just getting started. Take as much time as you need to get that snack. Get your friends ready for the next battle and recharge. Grab your snacks. After the break, we dive back into the action where every zone matters and every frag counts. You're watching the Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11. Don't go anywhere. The mayhem will continue. especially D plus Kia making waves with those calculated pushes, those clinical finishes, and everything else that they did to secure 2 chicken dinners. But the question now is, will another squad rise to match their dominance, or are we just witnessing the start of a one-team reign? Up next, we have a fresh drop, a new face-off, and a chance for another challenger to stake their claim. But here we have a familiar face right beside me. You have caster Red Queen Andy trying to call out the action as best as we could. Okay, for more match 3, we are back in Erangel. Are you excited for this one?
Oh, definitely excited. But you know what? D plus Kia, after that dominating performance, they're going to take a break. You know, I do wonder, though, if that's going to hurt their momentum or is it going to do them good? You know, but so far it is, they have been winning the chicken dinners Gangnam style. But, for the third round, Coach Abby, we're going to have like Group Green versus Group Yellow. So, who are you going to go for? You know what? You were this close to actually getting that prediction.
Yeah, I was. So let's just do a quick prediction right now. So no more red group. So it's green versus yellow right now. Let's see. Who was almost there?
I'll go for E-Arena.
Okay, I'm going for Sem9. Sem9 was right there, almost there. I think they exited top 4 for Miramar. So I think they have a little bit of momentum in their way. So
all right. So Coach Abby is
Sem9.
Sem9. Red Queen is E-Arena. Experts' prediction is dun 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 dun. Come on, guys. While waiting for the experts to actually lock in their prediction, we'd love for you again to join this fun. Come on, let's go. Let's just have a great time. This is, of course, the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. It's an off-season tournament, so just chill, Let's just have some fun, And we are just, of course, looking at like what kind of rotations we will be seeing, from the teams. But anyway, okay, Alpha Gaming, the dream team. The superstars, like, I don't know. Is East playing? Is East gonna play? I don't know, but yeah,
the last one,
the last game,
yeah.
right? So, yeah, I wonder, how East is going to affect the overall gameplay, for the side of Alpha Gaming. We all know that he already played with Top and Dog. He doesn't have an experience yet playing with Jol, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that would be the challenge. But when it comes to like the overall synergy and chemistry, I think it's there. It's already there. Yeah. So are they really gonna be dominating not just this tournament, but of course, the upcoming official tournaments? What do you guys think? Please let us know down there in the comment section.
Are they gonna be alphas? Let's see. Okay. Heading over to the match number 3, we are going back to Erangel. Our OG map is where everyone gets their stripes and gets their XP. So it's going to be exciting right now. We have the Group Division Yellow and Group Division Green going head-to-head. Vitality GLU Squad, Vampire Esports, Longshin Red Force, King Trope from Japan, Sem9, Arena, D Savior, Boom Esports, Talon Esports, Voin Donkey. If you're looking for them in the comment section, they're here. A1 Esports, Fourth Thrive, Team Secret, Biango, and Galacticus, and Alpha Gaming.
You know what? So Voin Donkey is coming back to play for this round. So a while ago, if you guys missed the action during game number 1, they were able to finish the game with a double-digit score and also with a high placement as well. So I wonder if they're going to be continuing with that momentum coming back into match number 3. Now, we're just going to pay attention to the players, of course, popping onto the left side of the screen here. The top players for day number 1, we've got, of course, Nobu top in the charts here with the most number of headshots. Mostly D plus Kia members here, even with the highest damage. It's Nobu, Favian, and Osal here. Most eliminations, it is still the same lineup. So who's going to be breaking, the numbers set out by D plus Kia? So most knockouts, we've got Alva here, the only member not part, of course, or the only player rather not part of D plus Kia. Now, let's focus our attention, of course, to the flight path. It started from the north side, going down, of course, around Milta area of Erangel. But so far, again, this is a fair flight path here. But I can see that there are a lot of teams flocking around, of course, the north and south side of Jorgapul here. So there's definitely a fight that will be brewing. I believe there's already one knockdown that just happened. We've got an exchange coming from D Savior here, going up against the Japanese team. Oh, D, what team is this?
Yeah,
Japan.
Kinotrope.
Oh no.
Kinotrope is out, and actually it was the Explorer who got 3 eliminations down with that speedy and smooth movement right there. So, before the 2-minute mark, we already lost our sole Japanese team, and I think it's a great time for them to rethink if hot drops are really the way to go. So here we have Yangon Galacticos trying to loot up, and we are hearing a lot of gunfire from the east side of the map. Here we have them with I think it's the Thailand team right here in the same vicinity as them. This is your pick, right, Red P?
Oh no, and yeah, eArena is the team that I predicted, of course, going to win this match. But then again, they're up against Yangon Galacticos, which is, of course, one of the formidable teams that we have in the lobby. And here comes the attack coming from 456. Oh no, you do not want to mess, of course, with 456 of eArena. This guy won Squid Games back to back.
Or he didn't. Actually, he didn't.
They didn't. Okay.
Okay, don't spoil.
Let's not spoil anything.
Season 3. But yeah, player 456 with that clean elimination right there. The Yangon player caught with no weapon in hand, and that was a really easy knockdown and elimination for eArena. 1 point, and Yangon is down to 3 players right here.
All right, here we go. 456 again, making a move up against Yangon Galacticos, trying to get close, of course, to the fire. Oh no! A little bit reckless right there. 456 was able to hit the floor with that nade coming from Yangon Galacticos. Say Cloud is definitely on point, but what an attack coming from Turny. He was able to get a lot of damage from that spray, and now here comes Murnat Boy making a move with an M762. Murnat Boy was able to get the job done. Now eArena also losing some members, although they still have 3 more, so they still have that advantage up against YG.
Again, this is a very tight space for 2 teams. We have Yangon and eArena going head-to-head right now, and they are all suffering from damage. Yangon losing 2 players in eArena down to 3. Okay, we have Tourniquet right here on the roof trying to get some info and check out which actual building the enemies are at. But yeah, so much for the kill feed right now. It's some sort of calm before the storm. There is no other altercation happening around the map. But we are still looking at Galacticos. Romeo is trying to heal up before facing off against eArena. Okay, GLE squad is on the move. I think they're going to the hospital right now and trying to secure a place where they can loot up quietly and in perfect peace. And that's what's happening on screen right now. But they are really close to where the action was happening a while ago. So they had to just check it out, see what's happening there. And when they saw there was 2 teams, I think they moved out.
Yeah, I mean, you have to talk to the team, right? Like if you guys are gonna go for a battle or not, because like if you are ready to actually engage with another team inside a battlefield, you just have to commit to it. Otherwise, it's not gonna go smooth, for yourself or like for the rest of the team here. But so far, I don't see any teams colliding just yet. So this is again another downtime, since we are just at stage number 1. So everyone, of course, is trying to perhaps get everything they need first before they actually step into any battles. But that's one of the best tactics to actually do when you guys are playing a battle royale game, especially in PUBG. Survival is still the name of the game here, so you just have to make sure that all advantages is working onto your side. But Joker again It wasn't a great start, for this specific player, but eArena, again, is a great team. They already know what to do in this situation. Fortunately, Turney Cake was caught off guard there with a massive spray, and I believe that's coming from Yangon Galacticos.
And they were trying to exit that whole area where they are facing or in the stalemate with Yangon. But now Yangon knows exactly where player 456 is, and they have an idea where C2 is too, because that's where the vehicle stopped. So right now they're still setting their eyes on securing that kill and taking down eArena.
Oh man! All right, here we go.
Here's a
Murnut
push.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh man! One shot, one kill right there coming from Murnut Boy. Yangon Galacticos with a takedown. 3 points in the bag there. Murnut Boy with 3, man. This is he's on a killing streak, I can say. 456. What a turn of events here. He is now the last surviving member here for eArena, and Yangon Galacticos is on a hunt.
Yeah, 456 again, the sole remaining player, and we have a 2v1 situation. My question is, will Yangon try to clean it up, or will they evade the attack? Because this is also a risk that comes with cleaning up a team. We all know that the safe route for eArena is to lay low and try to extend their team's life by going for replacement points. But let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes of the match.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have, his teammates anymore. You just got to focus on longevity at this point because of, we are just at stage 1. Technically speaking, we just, we just started the match and you completely lost all of your teammates. So there's a need for you to kind of find a good spot where you can hide and then maybe join in the engagements towards the last stages of the game here. But at this point, all you can do is just really be proactive in the situation and collect as much placement points as you can. But so far, we're looking at 15 teams remaining here for stage number 2 here in Erangel. We're looking at Voin Donkey. They are holding on to this Gatka mountain. They do have that high ground. We all know that this is such a great vantage point, in Erangel. They could potentially score a lot of LMs if you stay in this spot. So let's see if Voin Donkey can utilize and maximize this position.
Yeah, that's again a really smart play. One of the ways to really make sure that you have a chance or a shot at every team that passes by is to secure a place on top of the hill and then just be updated to the movements. That's what exactly D plus Kia did in the previous matches, and Voin Donkey is doing the same thing here. But if you're the king of the hill, you're also at the mercy of the map. If the map goes somewhere else, then it's all sideways from there. We saw that the map moved to the southwest side, so people are still making their way, finding their space there. We have Sem9 and Longshim with an engagement right here as they're making their move. 2 Sem9 players down, 3 Longshim players down, and that is it. Eliminated. We have Longshim is really doing their best, but Sem9 cleaning up.
Yeah, and A1 Esports just capitalizing on this. I mean, obviously, Sem9 came from a fight. They lost 2 of their members, but they're still trying to do an effective counter so far up against A1. And right behind them are the boys of Talon Esports. Man, Sem9 is not really catching any breaks here. And now Talon will definitely go up against A1 in this situation. Let's see who's going to be winning the fight here. A1, they were here first, so let's see. I mean, obviously they do have that advantage, but with that nade, Hitman down on their ground, Talon Esports gaining some momentum, but they are also being targeted by another team, and that will be Alpha Gaming.
Oh my gosh, one team after the other. Everyone's just trying to get a piece of each other, trying to third party as well, but we have a very tight space for everyone. Talon takes down Hitman. Alpha's here. I don't know what's happening on the screen. The kill feed is lighting up faster, and we have action coming at you. We have Talon being attacked by A1 as well. Again, this spot seems to be the right place or the wrong place for all the teams. Yeah. Okay. Knuckle with 3 eliminations, and Alpha Gaming is joining in, taking down Talon players left and right. And so we have 2 more players with Talon, 1 surviving. And Alpha Gaming East is down, but that is it for Talon. With 4 eliminations, they are out of the game. Look, now we have D Savior joining in right after that, taking their chances and attacking Alpha Gaming, knowing that they're also recovering from that previous altercation. So we have a 4-man team pushing in. 2 players are down for Alpha Gaming, and that is it. Joel also bites the dust, and that is the end of Alpha Gaming right after Talon.
Welcome to PUBG, Coach Abby. This is how we do it. Now you see the back-to-back action coming from all of the teams here. Man, that was a party. That was such a fiasco. Chaotic, and we love it. I mean, that's the action that we came for, ladies and gents. And just like that, we're looking at 10 teams remaining. That was just stage number 3, and we still got more teams here ready to fight for that 3rd chicken dinner.
And the best part is everyone just gets points, because Alpha A1 gets 3, Sam9 has 4, Alpha Gaming has 4. Even though they exited the match, it's because everyone was in it to kill. And Talon also exited with 5 points. So that's what it meant to be the king of that specific hill.
Oh man, I loved the exchange that just happened. You know, it was big teams after another. There was A1, there was Alpha Gaming, there was Talon eSports. Man, that was amazing. That was such a great exchange that just happened. But anyway, okay, we need time to catch our breaths, right? I mean, we need oxygen, I can say. But anyway, back to GLU. And you know what? I just want to say, this is a different GLU that I'm watching on the screen, but perhaps, you know, this is just a playoffs. But I do love the fact that GLU is engaging in a lot more battles. That shows confidence, that shows skills, and, you know, like they're putting a lot of faith into like just like how good they are in terms of their mechanical skills and game IQ. So I would love to see more of that coming from GLU. Now, back into Boom eSports. Yeah, they're pretty close with GLU squad as well as BTR. This could be like a 3-way battle right at the edge of the circle here. But there's also another team just lurking within proximity. So we're definitely going to be viewing that in just a while. If I'm not mistaken, that would be the Wolfpack, Boom eSports.
Mm-hmm. This is exciting. We have Falak actually getting a headshot of a D-Savior player on the kill feed, and that seems to be a long-range shot. We have a retaliation also, and really, Fourth Rise is really having the time of their life, scoping out the enemy from this point of view. Okay, quick look at the map. We are headed over a little bit more on the shore side of the east, but that means that it's going to be tighter for everyone else. And those with high ground would have to risk moving down to the slopes and getting to the banks of the shore right there. So we have these saviors seeing Voin Donkey coming into the zone, and they have the time of their life now. They're seeing the vehicles from Voin Donkey, and multiple players are trying to see. GLU is following closely behind. So again, we have a multiple team altercation here. Voin Donkey being shot at from multiple directions, trying to find their crevice. GLU, on the other hand, on the top of the hill, waiting for their turn to get their shots off.
Man, Fourth Thrives T24 was able to steal that kill from D-Savior. Okay, let's see. This is now the situation. Voin Donkey, 2 casualties here. They're in the middle. They don't have that much cover compared to the teams, of course, surrounding them. In GLU, they do have that high ground advantage, and it'll be easier for them to spot those players from the shore part of Erangel. So let's see what kind of maneuver, you know, the Voin Donkey has in their sleeves, because this could be tough, you know, tough to defend. You know, this particular spot over here is pretty exposed to a lot of angles.
Yeah, over on the kill feed, we see one more player saying bye-bye from YG or Yangon. So again, the only teams without a full squad are Voin Donkey and Yangon right now. and that is decreasing their probability of winning the match. But a lot of action ensued in the first part for Team Yangon, and that's why they have 3 points. So again, the odds are not in their favor, but let's see what happens for the next few minutes.
Okay, Kent got knocked down by Paragene. We've got Noambon from BTR getting knocked down as well. Oh, and that goes, like the rest of BTR getting eliminated, not just by D-Saver, but 4 Thrives as well. So we have now come perhaps to the start of the exciting things that could happen, since we are already at stage 4 here in Erangel. We got Team Secret. They only have 1 elimination point in the pocket, but they are in front of Boom Esports. Potentially they could eliminate Boom, but then again, it all boils down at how good they are when it comes to execution. So let's see. Let's just wait for them to decide, when they're going to go up against, or like when they're going to be starting that exchange. But as for Yangon Galacticos, unfortunately, Romeo is the only member still alive, for this round. Maybe he could pull off a clutch. Maybe he could still get some numbers, for the team here. But it could be hard to pull off. But anyway, Vampire Esports. Okay, we've got Avina Jaye. I don't know how to read your name, brother, but yeah, I'm hoping I'm not butchering it whatsoever. Miala on the screen, cooking up a nade here, trying to shut down the opposition, which is of course Team Secret. 2 points now in the bag for Vampire, and now we've got Miala holding on to an S12K here, cooking up a nade, and potentially shutting down maybe GK. Let's see what's going to happen.
Here you have GK with the vehicle right there, and Miala falling down. Again, it's a Secret versus Vampire fight right now, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a Vietnam versus Vietnam fight. Vampire Esports being sieged by Team Secret right now, and we have a secured kill for Miala. Team Secret being shot at too. Oh, GLU kind of got one player from Vampire, and we have Team Secret of Black with a kill feed, taking down 0 by Boom. Again, people are seeing each other, knowing where each other is at. So the third-party kills are coming from different directions right now. So it's so hard to keep up with who gets which point. But yeah, we're getting a bit of a break right now with Boom trying to chase Team Secret. Team Secret over the hill, trying to evade Boom. But I'm pretty sure that they would have to leave some of their players right there prone on top of that shed.
Man, that was such a bold move, coming from Team Secret, getting close to the opposing team. But anyway, GK with a massive nade, shutting down 1 player from Boom Esports. But both of the teams I can see trying to reset here in this situation. GK with an AUG, of course, trying to do a spray as well. But he is now switching into a nade here, potentially shutting down 2 members of Boom Esports. Can he get it done? Unfortunately, Master Zerdy, perhaps, he was the one who threw that nade and was able to put GK down. So again, Boom Esports trying to flip the script up against Team Secret here in terms of like the advantage, but let's see if they can actually follow it through.
Boom was better at taking the Boom there, taking down GK and Zerus, and the Blazon actually knocked down Zerus, so Johan just had to clean that up. An extra point for them. But yeah, again, it's a grenade fight there, and Boom was able to secure that. Team Secret, Frankie is down, and that spells the end for Team Secret out at number 8.
Oh man, here we go. 3 eliminations now for Falak of 4 Thrives. Hashtag pack on top. Let me see those supporters from 4 Thrives down there in the comment section. Make some noise for Falak. And now switching into GLU squad, again, we got Noel. If you all remember, Noel was the last surviving member from the previous round. And now he is making those moves back again for this match. And just like that, with 10 elimination points, D-Savior now goes back to the lobby, which brings us down to the final 5 teams remaining here. And guess what? GLU is currently topping the charts. Now, I spoke too soon. We're looking at 4 Thrives dominating.
Yeah, why did you not do this on the match 1? But anyway, I'm so happy for Thrive's thriving in this match number 3. So we have a 4v3, v1, v1, v2 for our final 5 teams, and we have Vampire Esports, GLU seeing each other in the banks, and Flak eliminating the last surviving member for Erangel. So that's it. We are left with 4 teams right now. GLU with 3 members, and they're here at the banks looking it out with Vampire Esports.
You know what? Looking at the situation here, Coach, Fourth Thrive seems to be holding on to a compound here, so they're just literally waiting for everyone to come inside the circle. But in terms of advantage here, and really the biggest chance of securing the chicken dinner, that would be Fourth Thrives. They do have the number. They could easily defend themselves to any teams that will be headed towards their direction. And as for those teams that are at the edge of the circle, there will be like a massive cleanup before they can even step inside the zone.
This is what I like about Falak. He's not resting inside the compound. He's actually being the point person right now, scouting out the other teams, making sure that's also stacking up points. That's really exciting. He has 5 kills right now, and he's making sure that they know where the other players are coming in. Again, they have a full squad against GLU's 3 and Voin Donkey's 2, and we only have 1 surviving member for Vampire.
Oh man.
GLU squad, 1 player knocked down again from across the map. And we have, does Vampire know? Oh, that is it for it. KAF takes down the last remaining member for Vampire Esports with 3 eliminations. They are out of the game. GLU hiding behind this shed, and Fourth Thrives knows exactly where they are. But over on the other side, we have another team, Wine Donkey, trying to dip in and get their points in the mix.
Obviously, Fourth Thrives now controlling the tempo of the game here. GLU, I believe they're going to struggle here in this situation just because of the fact that they're still outside of the circle, and 2 teams are really going at them at this point. I mean, we've got Zeta over here from Voin Donkey flushing them out with those nades. And they did not even stand a chance, you know. They don't really have, they're not really in the best spot. But Fourth Thrives versus Voin Donkey, and man, I mean, we already know like who's gonna be dominating this last fight. I mean, obviously Fourth Thrives is gonna be winning the chicken dinner just because they still have the numbers here, and we're looking at like the last surviving member of Voin Donkey. Now Voin Donkey getting this close again to securing the chicken dinner. Unfortunately, Fourth Thrives says it's a slow burn, you know, for GLU, but I do acknowledge the, I guess, the greatness of GLU actually making sure that they get enough placement points as well. But let's put the spotlight, of course, back into Fourth Thrive since they were the ones to actually secure that chicken dinner. We're looking at Falak here. His name is, it keeps popping onto the screen here. I mean, he was able to loot an airdrop, you know, that special loot crate. And most elimination, I guess, also goes to Falak, if I'm not mistaken. And Noki, he was able to I guess, shut down a player from GLU. That was an essential knockdown, and that put GLU in a world of trouble. They weren't able to pick themselves up, you know, after that knockdown coming from Noki of Four Tribes. And again, just like what you said, it was a clean win, clean victory from Four Tribes.
Yeah, I wish I called it out this time because I bet on them for match one, but I guess they needed a little bit of more momentum for that to happen. But again, this is a very great match for Four Thrive, stacking of the points. They are a team that really made sure that the odds are in their favor for this time. Voin Donkey traveled all along across the map. GLE squad doing the same thing with their travel distance as per the stats here. But yeah, D Savior, very, very violent, very, very offense minded with all those throwables that they used. But sadly, they were not able to secure that win.
15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's really the 4th of July, you know, for the side of D Savior, just throwing all of the explosives, you know, up against their enemies. But anyway, head to head once again, Fourth Fries and Voin Donkey. Obviously, Fourth Fries with a massive score here when it comes to their damage output, 1,643 versus a 991, 9 elimination points, 296 healing. Yeah, I mean, it's I can say it's quite a gap, you know, up against Voin Donkey here. Again, a much deserving win for Fourth Rise and for the MVP of the match. 6 elimination points, 620 damage output. I want to say, you know, I just want to give props to Fourth Rise. The fact that they don't even have any coach or like sponsor for the upcoming PMWC or like the EWC here. You just have to give credit where credit is due. I can say, you know, I would like to congratulate, of course, Fourth Rise for doing so well, making sure that they dominate. You know, you just have to give it to them. So again, hashtag pack on top. But let's shed a light onto the other players as well. We've got DX4 here, DX Spadajin, and Akul of Talent Esports getting included into the top performers, you know, for this match alone.
Well, I gotta say, who needs luck when you have Falak?
Oh, no, you have to say it again. You have to say it again.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say, who needs luck when you have Falak? So he is bringing on the pain for his team right now with 10 placement points and 9 eliminations, 6 of which he secured by himself. So Falak really doing a good job. And sponsors, please pick this guys up. They need your support and they deserve your support. So yeah, Fourth Rise on top with 19 points, followed closely behind by Voin Donkey and Savior, tied at number 2 and number 3 for total points. But it's a very different scenario with these Savior's points coming from eliminations instead of placement. Right there, they have 1 point for placement. But yeah, we have Noshim Red Forest, Bigatron by Vitality, which is surprising, and Kinotrope Gaming being the bottom dwellers for this specific match.
Oh man, it keeps getting better and better. We're just at day number 1 of playoffs here, Coach Abby, but how do you like it so far?
It's really, really great action. I think no one's really pulling their punches. Even though we see Bigatron on the bottom of the list, we saw that was because they were knocking people down, but they were part of that series of altercations on that specific hill when we have like maybe 5 or 6 teams going at it. So it's just really great action all around.
All right, so far so good, huh? Okay, Divos Kia, just to give you guys, of course, the overall rankings, 50 points in total, still at the top of the charts here. And just look at that massive leap, you know, coming from Fourth Thrive, 16 in total. Can I just say that? 21 points in a chicken dinner. GLU moving up 1 rank, BTR moving down 2. Same thing goes for Faze. We've got Team Secret as well, climbing up the ranks here. D Savior. Okay, after a, I can say like a so-so performance, not their best just yet, but the fact that they were able to climb up 15 ranks and now moving on to page number 1, that's totally great.
Again, this is the shakedown that we're expecting with the round robin type of play. So again, if you see blanks there, it means that the group is not playing. So we have 24 teams in total. Very remarkable. So we have 3 groups, and that is shuffling from one match to another, and an alternating map for Erangel and Myanmar in Miramar. So that's what we mean. If your team is not yet playing, just sit back, enjoy, but two other groups are playing.
And of course, that is just like the first half, right? We still got 3 more matches. And I'm telling you, day number 1, this is how we open up the matches for the Ruthless Invitational. There's a big reason why teams are getting invited to participate in the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. This tournament is living up to its reputation as like, everyone's just really ruthless at getting that. Day number 1 of the playoffs here. Welcome back to the Ruthless Invitational Showdown, Season 11. Still with us, Red Queen, Andy, and of course, Coach Abby. Now, I did ask how you were feeling. This is her first time to cast a PUBG
for
mobile
Ruthless,
tournament.
yeah.
And again, how is it for you?
Well, I'm really enjoying all the action. I've been playing the game since Season 2, so I'm definitely an OG way before. Yes, before all the new maps and all the skins came out. I was there playing. So I'm really happy to shift from playing to casting the game for you and providing you the play-by-play. And I'm seeing a lot of good action also in the comment section, so that's nice. Send us all the love that you can, and we're really happy about that. Okay, for the next game, we have Group Red versus Group Green. Okay, so that's gonna be interesting, and we are dropping into Miramar again. PUBG Mobile's very unforgiving desert, and with its area, that's gonna be a great and interesting thing. So, Red and Green, Red Queen, what is your prediction?
You know what? I'm gonna go with D plus Kia.
Oh, I knew it.
What?
I knew it. You know what? I'm going for Voin Donkey. They're almost winning stuff,
Yeah.
but always the bridesmaid, not the bride yet. So I'm gonna bet on Voin Donkey for this one.
Okay, not a bad prediction, I can say. Not a bad prediction. D plus Kia. There's a question we're in. Like, I don't know if they're gonna continue, of course, dominating the fights here. I mean, they came from a break, so is it gonna hurt their momentum so far that they've already set, or is it gonna do them? Is the break actually did them good?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Let's
a big
see.
question.
Okay.
Aura eSports. Oh,
Aura,
Purple
Aura,
Hearts. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Hora. is like a diesel. They need warming up a bit, you know. Maybe they're saying like, okay, I'll let you guys have the first 2 matches, or maybe even like the first 3 matches. But hey, Horror Esports, it's a whole new roster, it's a whole new team. In terms of like how good they are at the moment, man, definitely no doubt, and they are gunning for global domination. So I just know that these boys are really working hard, you know, gearing up, making sure that they are all prepped up for the upcoming official tournaments.
Interesting. So we have, again, I guess we could say different regions: Southeast Asia, Japan, and Korea for D plus Key, and we have Nepal. So that's nice. So that's a nice mix for our predictions right there, and we can't wait to head on over to the rocky ridges and open terrain of Miramar, and this is gonna be exciting. For some of the teams, this is gonna be their 3rd match of the night. So I'm pretty sure whatever needs a little bit of shaking up has been shook out of their system, and it's time for everyone to take part of the action. So again, from all the matches that we saw, no one was running away from action.
Nope.
Everyone was hitting each other, like trying to one up each other in terms of kill points, and we saw how powerful or how important kill points are with that last match, where we have Voin Donkey and D Savior having different strategies in terms of placement versus kills, and they got the same points, 11 points. So yeah,
I mean, I do love the fact that, you know, teams are really putting up a great show. You know, they're really stepping up into this competition. We all know that we are at the mercy of the teams here. We don't even know if they're really gonna show us something explosive, you know, for the matches in this tournament, because this is the best time for them to be experimental, like with all of the strategy and tactics. This is the perfect time for them to check out some new rotations, or perhaps, you know, checking out the synergy with a new member getting included in the lineup. So there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors. You know, inside the war room, we're in teams. They're the only ones, you know, the only players that knows exactly what is happening or what is about to happen inside the battlefield. Now, of course, we're back into Miramar, and again, I do wonder if D plus Kia is gonna be picking up where they last left off. Is it gonna be the same momentum, you know, for this Korean team, or are we going to see another team dominate? You know, in the meantime, we're looking at the top players, you know, for day number 1 of the playoffs here. We're not done just yet with day number 1, but we are looking at, of course, the players that are standing out, you know, from the rest.
And we see D plus Key, again, the usual suspects with the top points, because we've seen them dominate in the first 2 matches that they played at. So that is to be expected. But we are also seeing players from Voin Donkey, that's Razak, and Falak from Fourth Rise being part of the top players in terms of eliminations and knockouts. So really remarkable that we are seeing a lot of action happen right here at Ruthless in Invitational Season 11.
And you know what? You did mention that it's like a make or break, right? For every team here in the tournament. And I just would like to point out the fact that, you know, Falak, with that 6 elimination points, he skyrocketed, you know, and joining the top players for day number 1 of the playoffs. So it will still continue. I mean, like, we still got 2 more matches after this one, so there's still like plenty of time, you know, for Falak and the rest of the players inside the game to actually rack up some points to get a title here in the tournament. Now we're looking at Talent Esports here. We haven't seen them dominate just yet, but we know that they're not going to be backing down in any situation here. But coming off the kill feed here, ladies and gents, unfortunately, there's Voin Donkey and, of course, Horror Esports. But I do believe that there was at least one player from Horror Esports that got eliminated.
Sleepy was eliminated by a knife after getting knocked down by Voin Donkey. So that's 1 point for Voin Donkey, and eliminated player for Hora. So again, this is an expert's choice versus my choice going head to head. So let's see what happens next. Hora is facing Wine Donkey, and right now we have Vikings versus Boom also having an altercation on a different side of the map. Here we have Superman and Tins trying to secure one compound or at least one building for themselves, knowing that there's a team right across them.
Ooh.
Okay, Talon takes down one member from Alpha Gaming, and we have one down, but not yet out. But here we have a secure kill again. Ruthless is down for Alpha Gaming, and that is against Talon.
You know what? I just want to point out that he took down that player with an AKM, which is, of course, a gun that's hard to control because of the recoil. Yeah. And considering that was like a mid-range takedown. So props for that one. But anyway, getting back into the action here, ladies and gents, Talon eSports with one elimination point in their pockets. They're going up against Alpha Gaming. They're evenly spread out, I can say, going in for a pinch here, but we're switching back to Horror Esports versus Void Donkey Sky now with a double barrel shotgun going up against Void Donkey. He was able to put down Zeta. Now here comes Vexy versus Sky. Sky still trying to defend himself. Unfortunately, Vexy was able to shut him down, and that's confirmation coming through. Sky now has already been eliminated, and that was a win, coming from the side of Void Donkey. Now Talon Esports also experiencing some rage coming from Alpha Gaming. We got East healing himself up, but as for Refus, man, he's no longer with the team here, at least for this match. Now East with a UMP going up against Talon. Unfortunately, a little slow on the trigger there, but can Alpha Gaming still win this clash?
This is great action again from the first 5 minutes of the match. Hora down again with one player from Wine Donkey, and then here we have Talon Esports, Talon 1 securing that point. Alpha Gaming, East is down, and Joel from the other side trying to peek with that UMP and facing off against Talon.
Oof, man. We are already feeling the heat, not just from the weather here in Miramar, but coming from the gameplays here. From the teams. Now we've got a Q on the screen here doing a massive spray. We've got Talon, TLN1. Man, he's still trying to defend himself while he is burning alive and getting roasted alive. Now Yoru, unfortunately, the moment that he stepped inside the house through that window, he was able to be taken down by Jo. And now Alpha Gaming just eliminated Talon Esports with only 2 points in the bag here. But in that process, they also lost East and Refus. So that's still kind of tough, for Alpha Gaming.
Definitely losing Refus before the 5-minute mark was really something they had to deal with. But again, props to them for eliminating Talon this early and getting all those 4 points for themselves. But here we have movement, Sinister with the rest of A1. Okay, that is not how you park your car, guys. Don't do that at home. Okay, here we have them trying to move into a compound right now. And then we're also watching Vikings trying to loot up. Again, we have a few altercations, a little quiet right now. But Hora is actually eliminated. So we're not sure what actually happened right there, but we did see some of their players being hit by a car. I think that is against Void Donkey, if I'm not mistaken, because Void Donkey clocked in 4 additional points while Hora lost all their members.
Oh man, so a hit and run event, for the side of Hora Esports. Okay, so stage 1, and we already lost a couple of teams here. We got Talon and Hora Esports, who left the game empty-handed, unfortunately. But hey, relax, okay? We're still at day number 1 of the playoffs here, and we still got 2 more games again after this one. So there's still plenty of chances, for Hora Esports to get back on track here. But as for Alpha 7, oh no, Carillo seems to be having some sort of a car trouble here. I mean, obviously his car is upside down, and I don't think it is still going to be possible for him to use this car or this vehicle, not unless there's a car that could maybe get it back to the road, or for that car to get back on the road here.
Again, some interesting car trouble stuff. We have the parking problem, and now one roof is hitting the ground. So anyway, vehicles are such a huge part of Miramar map. It allows players to move along and find loot some other place. We have a grenade knocked down. Rosemary down for the count, and Team Secret is again facing off with Alter Ego right now.
Wow.
Alva doing his best, taking down two members, dropping down to the ground. Alter Ego has one player knocked down, and across Krypton also drops to the ground from Team Secret. Rosemary is secured as a kill, and two players are up for Alter Ego.
I love the accuracy displayed by Alva with the peek and shoot, putting down two members of Team Secret all by himself, single-handedly. That was top-notch performance coming from Alva. And now we've got, of course, still Team Secret on the screen here going up against Alter Ego. We got Zerus with a shotgun. That was an effective counter, putting down Alva in the situation. Now it's up to Moana over here. Alter Ego is now trying to get closer to where Zero is at the moment. Now Zero's cooking up a nade here. Can he put down Moana from this angle with that nade? Moana trying to dance it off. He did not hit him with a nade, but he actually shut him down with a shotgun.
And that is it for Moana and the rest of Alter Ego. They are out for this match. So with 2 points, they are exiting, and that's to be added to their 10 points already secured from the previous matches. Again, this is a great spot that Boom has. They can see RRQ right there moving in with the buggy and a car, and they are pushing in, going full commit to try and raid this spot and take it away from Boom. Again, this is the only way to do it. You have to commit to compete. That is the name of the game for PUBG Mobile.
All right, here we go. RQ coming into play here. We got Boom Yummy getting, getting massacred by RQ. 1 point in their pockets. We've got, of course, Oxygen, if I'm not mistaken, at the rooftop, trying to dominate Boom eSports. And there you go. Zero confirmation coming through, or Zerk rather, had already been eliminated back into the lobby, and now Octa is the lone wolf, but he caught a nade to the face and that was such a brutal move coming from RQ, I can say. Now 3 points in the bag for RQ.
Lapar doing a job there. Everyone is making Boom pay, and they did such a flawless siege of that compound right there. Boom knew they were coming, but they were not prepared for that siege done by the members of RRQ. A very worthwhile risk to take for them. And Faze Clan right now knocking down one player. The thing with Miramar is you have all these CQCs, and you also have to be aware of the ridges where you can expose yourself the moment you take a peek. So all that has to come into play, and we have Faze here looking at Team Secret from across, and they're watching the movement. Again, trigger discipline being exercised by Faze Clan right now, with 1 point to their name. Team Secret is trying to evade. Again, he's a lone wolf for his team, so that's a very smart move. But the thing is, how can he delay or deny that kill?
That's the meta evolving in Miramar. Usually, since this is a big map, well, we are used to see a lot of like sniping events, like mid to long range fights, but now we are seeing a lot of CQC happen as well, inside Miramar, which is, of course, fun to watch. We love the action. From the kill feed now, we're looking at Tins coming from Vikings, getting knocked down on the ground here, versus D plus Kia, ladies and gents. And now, perhaps they already have everything they need inside their backpacks, and obviously they are now ready to get into any engagement. So the first team, I believe, would be Vikings. So let's see if Vikings can come up with an effective plan here on how to shut down D plus Kia, or will D plus Kia still continue on with the momentum they were already been able to establish?
Now, we all know that how much D plus Kia likes staying on the ridge and seeing everything play out. And right now, they are hitting Vikings down. And Vikings is down with that good vantage point from D plus Kia, and we have E-break, I think, trying to catch a break, and he's so close to 3 members of D plus Kia, but D plus Kia takes the exit strategy and moves out with their vehicles, trying to avoid any more friction with the Vikings right now.
A change in strategy, maybe just switching their location, maybe switching up angles here, but break. Okay, I'm just looking at the position here.
Yeah.
So the fight is actually happening outside of the zone here, but D plus Kia perhaps not interested to take up another fight here, or up against the Vikings, but we're not exactly sure. But as for Chips, okay, he does have a good angle here to begin with, and he's reporting back to the rest of the team here. They're coming up with a plan on how to go in for a pinch here, but in the meantime, Alpha Gaming is taking in some damage as well. We got one of them down on the ground. Now we're switching back into Vikings, and Tins had already been taken out of the game as well, so we only have 3 more players for the side of Vikings, and they're pretty close with Alpha Gaming, so I do wonder if they will be taking up that fight. As for Team Secret, that is it. That was the end of the line with only 3 elimination points in their pockets, and we're down to 11 teams remaining, and we are just at stage 3.
Okay, another casualty suffered by Alpha Gaming. Only 1 player is up. Let's see if there's a possibility to revive. That was Wine Donkey that actually knocked that player down. But we have the Vikings squad securing that kill. Joel is inside the compound trying to stay alive, but Superman is pushing in. And there you go. That was a 2-point attack right there. So we have 1 threat on one side, but it is a teammate that also was watching a bit. So that's a grenade elimination for Superman, but him and Break did really well with that.
And again, this is not the usual gameplay, coming from the side of Alpha 7. Maybe they're trying out new rotations, just like I said. East, he recently joined
For
Alpha Gaming. And now again we are curious at how it is going to affect the overall team composition, for the side of Alpha Gaming. And so far we're not seeing the tenacity, the prowess of Alpha Gaming. But then again, this is just what the day 1 of the playoffs, and we still have a lot of matches to go through. So we just have to wait up until Alpha Gaming decides now this is the time for us to really retaliate. But as for Faze and of course Claw, that was such a great move coming from Chewy over there, getting some points done as well. And Pepenk, oh no, from Claw. Man, they're not doing good, so far.
Yeah, that was a risk, turning your back when you have an enemy face to face. Okay, but FaZe actually getting the upper hand right there, still with a full squad, taking down 2 players from Claw. Two players are surviving from Claw, but over here we have a car knockdown also happening. So again, these are things that you have to make a decision on the fly. If you point your gun at the person or you just try to evade, and right now Claw and FaZe still at it, 2v4, but Claw trying to claw their way out of that hole that they dug in, and Anar is like trying to avoid that because FaZe clan already took down 2 of their teammates. But here they are crashing into the sights of Sinister, who's wearing a ghillie right here, and he's actually seeing the members of Claw crawl back to where he is, but also tailed by FaZe clan as well.
Okay, for A1 eSports, obviously they do have a compound. They also have the potential to assume a lot of points, since there are at least 3 teams headed towards their direction. But then again, we're looking at how they're going to be defending this compound, right? I mean, is it going to be like an effective strategy for A1 eSports? Because, well, D plus Kia is one of the teams there, pretty close with A1, and they're not making their moves just yet. Favian is currently knocked down on the ground here, while D plus Kia also probably just keeping a close eye onto any enemies that would, of course, hinder them to recuperate in this situation. But as for Sinister, pretty close with the red crate here, so there's a chance for him to level up his gear, so that's always an advantage. But as for Chips, okay, obviously he's trying to flush out RQ from this warehouse, and I believe he needs a little backup, from the rest of the team.
I think he either is flushing them out or at least trying to provide cover as Favian was being picked up. And what can you say? D plus Kia back with 4 members. He succeeded in distracting some of the other players from the other team. And now D plus Kia is back with 4 players. The question is, will they siege this compound or will they move out? Some smokes are being dropped and RQ is actually making their way across. So now D plus Kia is they are exposed here, and the Vikings actually was the one that took down one of the members of our team.
Oh man.
Nolbu now pushing through,
Oh, no!
securing that, and Favian is at risk again, very low. Sinister also dropping in the hands of D plus Kia. How is D plus Kia keeping up with so many teams being around them? I don't know. They must have drank something real nice and ate wonderful chicken dinner right at the break.
Well, I do understand the struggle coming from the side of D plus Kia, since they are the ones trying to get inside the zone here, so they will have to deal with at least 2 teams in front of them. That would be Faze and A1. So let's see if D plus Kia can be successful in maybe putting down a team here, but it will be difficult. It will be a big challenge for the side of D plus Kia, just because of the fact that, they're managing 2 teams, and A1 is inside a compound here, which is, of course, very difficult for any of them to get knocked down at this point.
Again, Faze and Claw still at it. One of the players from Faze being taken down by one of the players from Claw. Again, they've been at it for 10 minutes, I think, and they're still on the tail of each other. Faze with a grenade to Anne, and another retaliation, this time from Yangon for Faze clan. So again, Miramar, the challenge is this ridges do not provide cover from all sides. So if you start attacking, you'll be attacked by another team from another side.
All right, here we go. D plus Kia trying to make a move up against A1 eSports to get a hold of this compound. A1 seems to be doing a good job as well defending, but D plus Kia doing some effective counters as well. And look at that, Rowdy, already the last player here on the side of A1. D plus Kia seems to be doing a good job here, taking a hold of this compound. A little weak when it comes to the defense set out by A1. And Rowdy, can he pull off a miracle here and actually win this fight up against the Koreans?
Again, Sinister is down, but I'm betting he can still provide some info in regards to the people that are around him. So Rowdy is trying to get into this compound with 2 remaining D plus Kia players up and attacking him with shotguns. So this is the best close quarter combat that you can actually watch. We have a 2v1 Rowdy against 2 players. He's right here. He's prone. There's smoke all around him. He's trying to evade capture. And we have 2 players from D plus Kia. Are they staying? Are they securing the kill? Or are they just moving out?
For the side of D plus Kia, obviously they didn't really have that option to begin with, right? They needed to actually get inside the circle, and they needed to challenge A1 eSports, which they did successfully. But in that process, they also lost 2 of their members. A1 getting eliminated with 1 point in the bag, and now this is the opportunity for Vikings to actually join into the fight here. They're now flushing out the players of D plus Kia. They do have the advantage. They are a complete squad here, but can D plus Kia defend this?
And the funny thing is, it's actually the Vikings that took out Rowdy from the equation. And now here we have a very successful third party, I must say, for the Vikings taking down our leaders, D plus Kia.
But since they've managed to really rack up quite a number of points here, from the first 2 matches, I think, their overall position will not get touched by other teams just yet, just because of the number of points that they already have under their belt. But that was such a great move, coming from the side of Vikings. Again, timing is everything. You also have to consider that in like the equation as well. But 5 teams remaining. Yangon Galactica's back at the top here. We still got 4 Thrives doing a massive performance here up against Vikings, making sure that, hey, you know what? 4 Thrives is here again for another chicken dinner, and that could happen since we're looking at 4 teams remaining.
Yeah, that was a good attack there by Falak, taking down 2 players. The third one was actually third party by Yangon, but the Vikings are out for the count, and right now 1 player from 4 Thrives is down. But that was such a brave move by Falak right there. But now they are being sieged by Alpha 7, and Alpha 7 backfires.
A camel.
Players are down left and right. That was a great defense right there by Noki. Point Donkey is third partying and taking down Alpha 7 as well. And we only have 1 remaining player again, Carrillo, trying to stay put and defend himself from the attacks.
Oh!
That is it.
Another effective shot, though, coming from 4 Thrives, eliminating Carrillo in the process. Now we're looking at 3 teams remaining. Yangon Galactica still at the top here with the best chance of actually securing that chicken dinner. And welcome back, Boy Donkey, into the top 3 once again for match number 4. So let's see if this time around they could be successful in getting that chicken dinner. But in the meantime, let's see how this fight's gonna go down.
Again, we have a 4v4v4, so even playing field all around, which is nice to see. But we have 4 Thrives and Yangon looking at each other from this angle. The thing is, we have seen third-party victories from all around. Will that happen again? So we have 40 and 4 Thrives and Yangon right here. Cloud is down. Falak with a successful grenade right there. So Cloud is down for the count, and we have the rest of the Yangon players. Are they gonna move out, or are they gonna get revenge for the lost game?
Man is not looking at the clouds now. But anyway, 4 Thrives continue to thrive here, ladies and gents. They seem to be dominating the fights here. Now, Yangon Galactica is being quiet at the moment. They're letting everyone fight it out. They're not joining into the mix just yet. They're letting Void Donkey and, of course, 4 Thrives go at it, go head-to-head first before they have their exchange with the 2 remaining teams here. So far, they're holding on to this compound. Over to the southwest side of the circle here. The 2 teams are... I think all the 3 teams here they do have that distance between each other. So this is perhaps our first Mexican standoff.
It is. And quite a fair fight too. We have 4v3. So the thing is, will their patience pay off? Because the way to go right here, the usual route is to let the 2 teams fight it off and then enter at the right time. So let's leave it up to the in-game leaders to call it out when it's time to siege and attack. Noki taking some damage, riding that camel, zigzagging his way through, but Yangon was able to spot him, and that is it. So 1 player is down for 4 Thrives, and that is going to be Noki getting knocked out and down.
Just want to say that no camels were hurt.
Yes.
In this tournament, the camels are alive now. Just kidding.
They are unbreakable.
They're unbreakable. But anyway, Boy Donkey, 4 Thrives, Yangon Galactical, still the 3 teams here for stage number 7. We got Zeta on the screen trying to put down Falak. But this could be tricky, though. This could be the end of the line for Falak. I mean, obviously, in this situation, it's already crunch time. It will be difficult for 4 Thrives to pick up their teammate here. T24 and his teammate getting some damage as well coming from Yangon Galacticas. And at this point, just judging the situation here, coach, I feel like there's a big chance Yangon might be the one getting the chicken dinner. But we just have to wait. We just have to wait until the circle shifts again.
I mean, I put my bet on Void Donkey, so I'm not gonna give up on them. But 4 Thrives is in the middle of the mix, and they're the patties of the burger right here, and that's not the good place to be at. Yangon with a headshot right there, and that is it, I think, for 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives is out. So they're not a bad showing for
Oh!
them. At number 3, Yangon was speeding through and Razak was ready and Romeo's ready as well to clap back. Smile is down as well for the count. So it's a 3v2 player situation right now and we are seeing the end of this match.
Great timing from Voin Donkey, I can say. You know, the moment that Yangon Galacticus decided to actually leave that compound, it was like the perfect time for them to do that spray, eliminating a player from YG. And now here comes the attack. Here comes the offense now coming from Voin Donkey. It's a two split. Obviously, Razak cooking up a nade here. Same thing goes for Potato. Murnot Boy switching an angle here while Romeo stays inside that compound. What is going to be the situation? And that was such a great spot coming from Potato, putting down one member. And that is it, ladies and gents. Match number 4. Finally, Voin Donkey gets the chicken dinner and Coach Abby gets baby. But yeah, you know what? As for Fourth Tribes, it wasn't really the best of spots to be in. I mean, obviously, just like what you said, they are the patty and the burger, right? I mean, they're in between two teams, so it was really hard for them to defend themselves. Imagine, like, you know, you're trying to manage both directions, which is of course hard. I mean, we're talking about Yangon Galacticos and Voin Donkey, which is, of course, also considered as, you know, titans in the competitive scene. But that was such a great effort, though, coming from Fourth Tribes. They came close to getting another chicken dinner. So we're not discounting the fact that, you know, they're really top competitors, you know, for this tournament. But we have to give our spotlight, you know, to the boys of Voin Donkey, because this is their third try, you know, always getting close to that winner chicken dinner. But this is the match wherein they were successful in actually grabbing that chicken dinner by the neck and saying, this chicken is ours.
And the fun thing about it is we have 3 regions represented with the chicken dinner count. We have 2 for our Koreans, we have 1 for Southeast Asia with Voin Donkey, and 1 also for CSA. So that is really great to watch right here in this tournament. So again, with the teams to watch, the stats we have here, we have Voin Donkey with leading the pack, and then Yangon is actually, they traveled so far, like 10.5 in terms of kilometers traveled. We have Fourth Tribes at 3rd place, and the Vikings closing out the top 4 teams to watch for this match.
Voin Donkey, Yangon Galacticos, Fourth Tribes, and of course Vikings eSports. You know what I love about Vikings eSports, and I just have to put it out there, is that they're not shy, you know, to join in any engagements when it comes to like the confidence of like really putting themselves out there. I mean, obviously, Vikings is kind of dangerous as well. But head to head, you know, with a player, it's Vexy versus 1T here. They're tied up in terms of LMs, pretty close when it comes to damage output. But as for team contribution, obviously 1T has been doing a lot, you know, for the team, doing a lot for the Vikings. And again, you know, great effort, I can say, you know, from the side of Vikings. And as for the MVP, however, we got Romeo Boy, Lover Boy here, coming from YG, putting out a total of 5 elimination points for himself and a total of 637 damage output.
This is really great. Again, Yangon showing up for their region and for their country as well. 5 utilities used, but 5 eliminations for Romeo Boy. right there. And as they say, Romeo, where for art thou? Romeo, he's sitting on the MVP bench for this match. That's where he is at. And followed closely, by the way, by Vexy, who leads Boing Donkey with the number of eliminations, which is number 4. And we have Vikings 1T with 4 eliminations, and we have Mernot Boy also from Yangon with 3.
2 members from Yangon and one from Voinanki, and of course Vikings here. Match leaderboard, if in case you just tuned in, 21 points in total for the Indonesian team here. Of course, they were able to get that winner chicken dinner, followed by Yangon Galacticos ending the game with 15 points in total. For Thrives, even though they weren't able to secure that chicken dinner, but still, 10 points is 10 points. That is a solid performance. Same thing goes for Vikings as well. Now, Boom Esports and Horror Esports, 2 teams that did not get a single point for this round. Again, this is just day number 1, and a lot of things can still happen. Perhaps this is what we call, or like the situation we're in, like the antagonist. Is that right?
Yep.
The antagonist is just letting his enemies, the enemies or protagonist, to punch them in the face first, getting all the damage, and then they will have an explosive gameplay maybe towards the final days perhaps of the playoffs. Again, 18 teams out of the 24 will be proceeding to the grand finals, so again, plenty of chances. Maybe the teams that are really just gunning for the top here, it's more bragging rights.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the goal here is to qualify for the next round, and some of what the teams are already doing their best to do that. Speaking about Vikings, they got that a lot of throwables were used by them, and that Molotov that took out who was that? There was a siege with several players, and it was a Molly that actually did it. And that is really how things are playing out. We have guns, we have throwables, everything but the kitchen sink is factored in with how things are playing out for all our teams.
And of course, we've got Boom Esports being at the 16th place with only 8 points in the bag here.
Yes.
So single digit score. Same thing goes for Vampire Esports. But then again, we all know the reputation, the history behind these teams, and we all know how good they are. How brutal they are in terms of playing PUBG Mobile, of course. And the page that nobody wants to be in, the third page, of course, Talon and its Red Force. We've got RQ, we've got Alpha 7, Hora, Claw, E-Arena, and Kino Trope, the only team that still not managing to get any points for themselves. But E-Arena, we also got Alpha 7, we also got Horror Esports here over to the third page. But then again, it's too early to say anything. Nothing is etched on stone just yet, they won. This is more of getting to know each other and what you can do inside the battlefield. So we still got a lot more surprises for you guys as we progress, of course, into finishing the matches that we have for this evening. But then again, please don't go away. We'll be taking a short break, ladies and gents.
toward match number 5, and this time we're dropping into the heart of it all, Erangel. The original battleground, the blueprint of where chaos is, and it's still one of the most unpredictable maps in PUBG Mobile. Again, this is Coach Abby, and I'm here with Red Queen Andy, and from the bridge blockades as Novak to the rooftop duels that we are expecting, we are back in Erangel, and we're gonna see who else is gonna come up with another chicken dinner.
Can you believe it? We're down to 2 matches this evening, you know? Time really flies when we're having such a great time here. And just in case you guys missed the action that happened from match 1 to match number 4, D plus Kia with a back-to-back winner chicken dinner, and also got 4 thrives. And the most recent chicken dinner of them all, of course, coming from Voin Donkey. Now, for our final Erangel here, for tonight, okay? For tonight, it's going to be between Group Red and Group Yellow. So take a long, hard look at the teams that will be playing for this round. And hopefully you guys get to choose your team, you know? Who will be winning the 5th, chicken dinner. And my head is already spinning. It's really hard. I cannot even believe it. It's beginner's luck, for Coach Abby. She was able to nail a team here with the correct prediction. Voin Donkey, ladies and gents. And what happened to the expert?
Okay, so let's just try to make that 1 point grow. Right now, I'm gonna bet on Alter Ego.
Oh, what? Same thing for expert? Okay, you guys are going for Alter Ego Ares?
I'm sorry, it came up in my brain. So
Okay.
a voice within is saying Alter
Alright.
Ego, so I'm gonna stick to that. Okay. Don't tell me you're gonna pick the same team. Come on, I know you. I know you. You have your-
We're gonna make
have
things
your-
interesting
your
for
magic
everyone. But
prediction.
just like give me a list of the group yellow and I have to think hard for this. I can't
Okay.
even believe you already have 1 point for yourself here. Okay. Man.
Guys, help her decide. Come on.
You know what? Oh please, okay. I'm gonna go with 4 thrives now.
Oh, I don't think
They're playing.
Are
playing.
they? Are they?
Are they playing production?
Okay, yeah. I guess they are. So it's a green and yellow. Green and yellow.
Okay. We don't have.
I don't think they are.
They
I think it's
are?
a yellow and red. Yeah, it's a yellow and red. They're not playing. Oh,
Okay,
come
then
on.
are you
Are you guys
who am I gonna pick?
Kia or
Just pick for me.
Claw?
Pick for me.
Okay. For you, I would pick Faze.
All right, Faze. Faze.
Someone-
Face to face.
Yes,
Oh.
it is time for all that aggression that they showed in the last match to come up with something.
Well,
Something.
You know what? To be fair, we don't exactly have any
There's no
data
method to this
just
madness.
yet, right?
No method.
It's day 1. We don't know which teams are really gonna pop off. Who's gonna be stepping up. Into the first set of matches for this evening. Opening up day number 1 of the playoffs. So we don't know who's really in it to win it. But what I love about day number 1 is that you guys are having a great time.
Yeah.
You guys are really, really, how to say,
Showing
immersed
love.
into this whole thing and just really being passionate, when it comes to supporting your favorite teams and your favorite players. So let's continue on with the positive vibes. Let's continue on just having a little fun here when it comes to the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. The teams are not disappointing. They're really putting up a great show here, and that's what we want, right? No toxicity down there in the comment section. Again, this is an off-season tournament. This is a chance for us to just bond and and have fun. Okay, so again, this is of course match number 5 here, last Erangel for this evening. So let's drop into Erangel.
Yes, definitely. So the question is, will another squad, a new squad, rise to match the dominance that we saw from our previous winners, or will this be another crazy 5-point each type of match that we already saw in match number 2? So that's gonna be exciting. What we're gonna see in Erangel awaits.
Wow. most the players with the most knockouts all tied up at number 11. That's a nice thing to see.
Even 11.
Highest damage rather goes to Nobu still of D plus Kia. Falak is catching up. All right, already at third year. Same thing goes for Razak and Voindunki now with 12. But still, topping the charts here with all of the game titles are players coming from D plus Kia. And now this is quite a similar situation that we've witnessed just moments ago, in the previous Erangel. Same flight path. We've got plenty of space, of course, going on, for the south side here. Same drop, I guess, for most of the teams here. I mean, the north and south of Jorgo pool is pretty much occupied. I can see Alpha 7. We also have the boys of GLU, Arena, and of course Vampire eSports. And I believe this would be like the first area that we will be seeing a fight happen. But maybe, perhaps I'm wrong. But we're back in Pachinki here, ladies and gents.
Yes.
The territory of D Savior, and we have one team that's about to challenge them up.
And we are watching Kinotrope. I'm hoping that they last a little longer than the usual here, and get some points on the board as well. But D Savior is looting happily right here on screen. Again, the next zone is going to be on the southwest side with a little bit of the military island right there also in the mix. So again, plenty of space for people to loot up and then head on over to the safe zone. But I'm still keeping my eye out on a crazy kind of zone shift that we haven't seen yet for tonight. So maybe that could happen for this one.
And again, just to catch you guys up, this is between red and yellow. And we're looking at Pachinki over here, which is, of course, everyone knows about this, that D Savior, this is their turf. Okay, and we've got a challenger over here, which is, of course, Japan's Kinotrope Gaming. So far, so good. Nobody's exposing themselves just yet. We've got Mark over here trying to get the vibe of the situation, gauging the situation. We've got Finale over at the rooftop here. Unfortunately, though, for Mark, he gets shut down, which is an advantage, of course, for the side of D Savior. We've got Tam on the screen here holding a shotgun. But you know what? D Savior's not even so eager to move. They're waiting for Kinotrope to actually head on towards their direction, setting up a trap.
What I really am curious about is how Kinotrope is not backing down from hot drops even at this match. They're really trying to scrimmage and go head to head with famous hot drops, like this time with D Savior and D Savior 2504, seeing the rest of the Kinotrope players trying to cross over to different buildings one at a time. And we have Tamra on the bottom just trying to listen in and call out the shots. So he's very close to where Paragin and the rest of the gang is, but we already know they're at a disadvantage, losing one of their players.
All right, here we go. Got D Savior now moving forward, getting close to where Kinotrope is at the moment. Tam is leading the charge here. He's the one pretty close to Patagin. It's a 1-3 split, obviously coming from the side of D Savior. We got Tam just really waiting for that perfect opportunity to secure a point here. We got Finale kicking up an aid here. We got Levi's also trying to get close to these two players coming from Japan. Levi's holding to an AKM. But you know what? Kinotrope also just waiting for D Savior to get close enough for them to be taken down in an instant.
Yeah, we're here trying to witness. It's gonna be cheeky on Pachinki. We have Kinotrope and D Savior looking each other in the eye, waiting for whoever casts the first stone, if we must say. And again, 2504 still here on top of the roof, trying to scout out the people. One grenade actually landing the target there, and Tamra is actually being taken down by Paragin. So I guess that signals the whole fight between these two teams trying to exert dominance on Pachinki.
Mark and Tam already out of the game here. Obviously, D Savior has the advantage. Pachinki had already been claimed, right? We have D Savior's name all over Pachinki. And Kinotrope is trying to learn that, but it is such a great shot coming from Ozzy-san. Unfortunately, though, he gets tagged from behind, so it's just Finale playing for Kinotrope. Can he do this? He's cooking up an 8 here, he is throwing it up against these Saviors, trying to make it a move, but unfortunately, that was the end of the line for Kinotrope, the first team to be taken out of the equation from the last Erangel this evening.
That's a great decision for the Savior, waiting it out and making sure that they don't lose a single member even after gaining 4 points. Really the king of Pachinki right now, the Savior. And we have Claw actually moving along and crossing the map. Again, from what we remember from that mini-map, the zone moved to the southwest this direction of the map. So that's going to be one corner where everyone's headed over. Again, the first zone, so a little bit easier on the damage when it comes to the Blue Reaper. But again, significant in terms of timing, the crossing over, and if you have to go over the bridge, that's something that's also a factor. Vampire eSports, again, facing off against Claw right now. And Vina J is trying to back out and move on with the rest of the team being far from where he is.
Mm-hmm. So far, it's all rotations for most of the team for this final Erangel this evening. Now, I just want to see like where they are exactly. So just to give you guys like the bigger picture of where they are. So most of the teams are already inside the circle. For those teams that are still outside of the zone, that would be Hora Esports, now playing with Hyde Nami, Alter Ego Eris. We've got 2 of them, Moana and Alva, still outside of the circle. RRQ is the only team that is staying inside military base. But, I mean, the moment that they cross over to the main peninsula, that could be the challenge. Because there will be a lot of teams that will definitely say hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it's all about timing sometimes when you are trying to avoid the zone and getting your space with you, because if you're too early, a lot of our teams might pull up and take a spot from you, and if you are late, you're gonna be the one that is being gate kept. So that's a huge part of the decision making that falls squarely on the shoulders of in-game leaders. So that's why leaders really have to determine what the move is for the rest of the team.
I mean, we can understand some of the teams, like if they don't want to get into an early engagement just because they don't want to risk losing members at an early onset, which is, of course, you know, if you can get your full squad up until the last stages of the match, and that's always going to be an advantage, right? And we do understand that some of the teams here, they don't really want to risk it just yet. You know, they're, again, trying to be perhaps experimental with the kind of engagements that they want to have inside the battlefield, and maybe even with the rotations as well. We can see that some of the players are, you know, like using a different name here, so we don't exactly know. I mean, like who's playing, like what's the lineup, you know, for the team. But as for BTR, we don't even know if Zuxi is playing or like if Federales is playing. But so far, let's see how this altercation is going to go down between BTR and Sem9. So far, we can see one of them really close with Sem9 and cooking up a nade here. Potentially could shut down at least one. But Sem9 has been getting some damage as well from behind. So there's another team just like within proximity here.
Yeah, this is very interesting with this ridge that we have. So Kent is right here trying to weave in and out. While on the other side of the map, we have GLU and Claw also involved in some sort of gunfight. Again, the tricky part about PUBG Mobile is while you are worried about your someone close to you, someone from long range can also ruin the party for you, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Okay, BTR trying to boost up, potentially getting a fight or an altercation up against Claw here, but coming off the kill feed though, it's Arena versus Vampire Esports, and I can say it's a fair fight, you know, between the two teams here. We got Joker, however, down on the ground, NC2 with 1 point in the bag here, and we've got a player from Bigatron on his knees as we speak. We've got Azaphobia over here, cooking up a nade here. He just threw a nade up against the opposition, was able to inflict pain, but not enough to shut anyone down at the moment. We got Claw again trying to battle it out with Fabiano Di Pasquilla, trying to do a dance-off between this, a tree in front of them. So it's like a ring around the rosy here.
Yeah, that was such a great move right there for Di Pasquilla taking down one of the players from Claw. Again, Claw was also shooting bullets at Bigatron, and now they're facing Di Pasquilla right in their face. So that's a really tough decision for Claw. Again, we have all these movements across the map. We have people securing compounds for themselves, and people riding different sorts of vehicles to get around. And we have eArena right now with GLU close by, and then he shot one bullet and then ran away. I guess that's a way to distract your opponent, make them think twice about pushing forward.
Man. Just look at the situation here. RQ came from the south side, and not exactly sure if this is like a good spot to be in. They're close with Alpha 7, so that could be crucial in this situation. But then again, it all boils down at how good they are in terms of like executing their plan, because planning is just like the 50% of strategy. The other 50% is like how good you are at executing that said plan, right? But I guess one of the important things to consider in Battle Royale is having a contingency plan, right? You need to be proactive as much as possible. Now we got Joker down on the ground here. Again, eArena still fighting up against Vampire eSports. Got NC2 trying to make a way here, trying to still defend themselves well up against the likes of Vampire eSports. But oh no, that was an accurate shot though coming from eArena, putting down Miola in the process. We got Onzen also trying to find an effective angle here to gain that advantage up against eArena.
We have Vampire eSports and eArena taking it head to head, and we also have the kill feed with Hora being taken down by Alter Ego. So Vampire and eArena still on the screen. We have two players on the second floor being pushed by Lazarus. They're trying to take their hits, but then Vampire eSports actually succeeds and takes them down.
14 teams remaining. We are at stage 3 here. Moana back on the screen. Alter Ego Ares going up against Hora eSports. Jiggle down on the ground. We've got Krypton moving up against High Dami and was able to take him down as well. Alter Ego Ares slowly gaining that advantage up against Hora. 2 points in the bag. Rosemary, however, had already been taken out of the equation here. Back to the lobby for him. D-Savior also coming into play here. We've got one of them currently knocked down on the ground. Same thing for Patagy, so that makes 2. eArena dominating, and just look at that. NC2, the only player racking up the points for the team. It's not far at all for him to be the MVP for this round.
6 points right now for eArena. And D-Savior joining in on the mix, getting 5 elimination points for themselves. And Hora is officially eliminated from the match. Again, exits from several teams that we are feeling right now. Vampire eSports out, Hora out, and Japan is out as well. Okay, as the zone closes in, we have movement in the map. Alter Ego still yet to get into the zone, as well as eArena coming off that altercation. D-Savior with one player also out of the map, and Di Pasquilla is also making their way on the top side. So Di Pasquilla is actually looking at eArena trying to move in, and NC2 is down, and Nolbu right now making a decision to heal himself up before riding that buggy, while Fabian is safe inside the zone.
Ooh, man. Shopper with an accurate kill. Alter Ego Ares getting picked up one by one here. I guess that was it. Alter Ego Ares exiting the game with only 2 points in their pockets. And just looking at the situation for the other teams here, Sem9 already managed to get into the middle of the zone. Cannot say for now if that's actually the best decision right now for Sem9. But as for Vikings, they also managed to get a compound for themselves right down there in the middle of the circle. But anyway, we're gonna go back to that in just a while because we got Claw here going head to head up against BTR. Although Pubg is the last member here trying to defend Claw. But yeah, it's doing great so far. Unfortunately, again, it's overwhelming for him to handle, a team like BDR single-handedly. So it's gonna be tough. It's an obvious outcome, but still a great performance coming from Claw, which brings us down to 11 teams remaining here. And now we're looking at Vikings going up against Sem9, and we did call it out just moments ago that this might not be the best of spot for Sem9.
The thing is, he really did his best right there, taking down or knocking down 2 more players from BTR, but sadly there was some shortage of firepower with facing multiple players all at once. So BTR, Bigatron able to pick up all players. They're all back in the game, and we have Vikings and Sem9 right here on a tight spot. Faze actually taking down Fabian, knocking him down, and let's see if that pulls off into and translates to a point. But Sem9 again facing another team right now with 2 remaining players. Will they be able to survive the siege?
Man, it's hard to defend, the spot where Sem9 is taking a hold off, to be honest. I mean, they're in the middle, but they don't have any cover whatsoever. U-High is, of course, inside this shack over here. But obviously, you cannot fit the whole team here. I mean, it could be they could be all cooped up in this situation. But yeah, that was it. I mean, U-High needs to come up with a plan here on how he can last long for this last Erangel round. So Faze now managed to put up 4 elimination points under their belt here. U-High needs to be quiet. We got BTR on the screen, holding onto a compound. Faze Clan still up and still trying to, of course, try to take things slow and try to consider a lot of things and decide whether or not they're going to be engaging and racking up some points.
It's a marvel that D plus Kia is still alive with 4 players with the number of altercations they've had with several different other teams, while Alpha 7 and the RRQ are trying to enjoy their moment of peace. But right now, I think they will have to come face to face with Nongshim Red Force on the south side of the circle. D plus Kia with GLU right now, and RRQ is actually spoiling the fun for Alpha 7, like I called out a while ago. Now we have D plus Kia and GLU facing each other, pretty spread out. There we have GLU, and Faze Clan right now is taking down members from Bigatron. So 2 players are up for Bigatron. Let's see if they can take 1 more player up and heal him up. But Faze Clan and Bigatron are really in a tight situation there with the planes.
And Alpha 7 also racking up some numbers, for themselves as well, going up against RQ. D plus Kia now moving in like the predators that they are, making sure that they will be winning the fight here. A while ago in the previous match, they failed to secure a chicken dinner, but perhaps, this time around they could go for their 3rd chicken dinner of the night here. But let's see if they can actually get through Alpha 7 first before anything else. RQ, great shot coming from the par, and unfortunately though for Sem9, they exited the game empty-handed here. But we are expecting a strong comeback. And as for Alpha 7, they dominated RQ, eliminating them with only 1 point in the bag here. But the fight is not over just yet because we still got Nongshim Red Force getting into the scene.
Yeah, this is the thing about that south side. We have 3 players tight, moving towards each other, and that's to be expected. Now, BTR is knocked down by D plus Kia. I'm actually rooting for Faze Clan because that's my prediction for you, Red King. I'm hoping you get that point right now because Alter Ego is out of the equation. But yeah, we have Alpha 7 on the screen, moving in with Nongshim Red Force and NS Red Force still with 4 players, while Alpha 7 only has 3 after that clash with RRQ. Let's see who gets to get in and get that safe spot down the south side.
Okay, here we go. Alpha 7, the defending champions for the Ruthless Invitational Showdown, going up against NS Red Force. We got Revo cooking up a nade here, throwing up against Alpha 7, but not hitting anyone just yet. We got Doc C. We got a doctor in the house right behind this big rock. Okay, just trying to keep Alpha 7 at bay here, just making sure it would be difficult for Alpha 7 to step into the zone here. So let's see if they can be successful in getting through Korea's NS Red Force.
Now we have Kent from Bigatron trying to find a safe spot for himself. This is a three-team clash right here. We have Alpha 7, D plus Kia, and Faze Clan looking at each other, trying to avoid losing one more member, and we have D plus Kia all clumped down together with their vehicles right there in the middle of it all. Let's see if the leaders can be taken out of this match. And the zone is closing in with all the players trying to move in and get a spot again. It seems like the south side is getting their fair shot at having an advantage right now. D plus Kia eliminated by Faze.
You know what? From the map feed just moments ago, I feel like, the Vikings would go for that zone control, because obviously NS Red Force and Alpha 7 will have to settle the fight, eventually over to the south side. Only one team, I believe, will be able to make it through. But getting back into the action here, we got Faze Clan, Shopper right behind that haystack, trying to gauge the situation, looking at the possibility at where he could point his gun and actually rack up some points, for the team. They need to be careful now because they are a little bit exposed, to the teams that are staying right at the edge of the circle. But as for Alpha 7, we are still talking about 3 members, for this team. They managed to actually acquire a total of 3 elimination points for themselves, but they're having a hard time getting through NS Red Force, and NS Red Force doing a great job, at gatekeeping Brazil's Alpha 7.
Tricky part here is still, since they're on the south side, there's so much more action happening on the north side as people are trying to keep into the zone. But again, Longshim Red Force trying their best and doing their best to keep Alpha 7 at bay. They're boxing out this team, preventing them from rotating, from taking in a different angle. And Faze Clan right now is facing Vikings. Vikings versus Faze in the middle of it all, and it seems like the Vikings team is dominating and taking out Faze Clan as well.
4 teams remaining, and as Red Force still in the mix here. Same thing goes for Alpha 7. GLU also included in the top teams here for this round. We are already at stage 6, and this is a solid performance coming from Vikings because they already have a total of 8 points, in their pockets, which is a strong performance, I can say. Now, they are over at the south side, I believe. Yeah, just like what I mentioned earlier, they're trying to go for that zone control, which is, I can see, being effective so far for the side of Vikings. And, the fight still not over just yet between NS Red Force and Alpha 7. It's a little bit of a challenge, I can say. But, they need to settle the score. They need to get the job done.
The thing is, as Red Force is able to ruin or spoil the fun as well for the Vikings, they're knocking down one of the players. And the thing is, how do you keep up with aggression knowing that there's also one team behind you? And the way to do that is to have Beanie actually pointing his gun at Alpha 7, waiting for them to move out and calling back to their team. Superman is down for the count, and Munti is also down, with GLU trying their best to capitalize on that knockdown by given to them by Nongshim. So the Vikings are under siege right now from multiple teams.
Yeah, they're in big trouble. Oh man, perhaps they got caught off guard, I can say. That's the beauty of having that element of surprise, right? I mean, obviously, it was an effective sneak attack, but we're going to talk about that later on, because Nongshim Red Force right now getting, shut down by Alpha 7. Wow, that was brutal.
from being the ones boxed out, they were able to flip things over and take out Nongshim Red Force, and now they are part of the top 3. In fact, they have the best odds because they have 3 players up and they're coming from the south side. The Vikings are in the middle of it all. GLU shooting at them, and that is it for the Vikings. Again, they were the ones who took down Faze and really secured that middle position, but they were being shot at by different teams, and that kind of sealed their fate. Now we have Nongshim Red Force being eliminated as well, and Alpha 7 and GLU are the last 2 teams in the map.
Yep. It's a 3v2 situation. Let's see if Brazil's Alpha 7
we need another
can,
region to win.
can deliver a chicken dinner, for their fans. And so far, we can see that Alpha 7 obviously going in for a pinch here. Great spot coming from Carrillo, getting a point in his pocket, which brings a GLU squad down to their last member. And, I guess we can already say just which team is going to be picking up the chicken dinner for this round, because Xbox getting roasted alive while bullets are actually raining courtesy of Alpha 7. We've got Sinup as well finishing up his clip here, making sure that GLU stays down. But what a counter though. But yeah, again, just like what I said, it will be an obvious outcome. Alpha 7 definitely will be the team dominating this round.
I must say, everyone in the poll section, if you cast your vote, everyone at least gets one win. So we have one representative from the Americas. We have a Brazilian team securing a win. So right now, from all the choices in the polls, every region already secured at least one chicken dinner for themselves. So that is such a great game for everyone. And I would say this first night for this season 11 is turning out to be one heck of an entertaining saga.
I feel like the only region missing from, or like lacking in this tournament, would be teams coming from MENA.
Maybe
Right?
sometime soon.
Because we got CSA, we got Southeast Asia, we got of course teams from Japan and Korea. And again, it's an exciting part of the tournament we're in. We can have all of these superstars, in one lobby, and I just have to give props, for Ruthless, because they're the only ones doing this kind of thing. Again, this is the most the highly anticipated offseason tournament in the community. So thank you guys for always supporting, of course, Ruthless Hype Esports. I mean, these guys, you just have to give it to them. They always come up, with like a great tournament, like what we need to make or like let the community stay happy and of course alive.
Yeah, I must say that whole sequence when they were being boxed out of moving an inch because Nongshim Red Force was on their tail, and then flipping it over and getting that chicken dinner, they really fought a lot of odds to get to where they are. And as you can see, again, with one of my favorite stats, the travel distance, 13.035 meters. That just means that they really moved around the map, trying to make sure that they have an even chance of landing a win. So again, hats off to Alpha 7 Esports. Great decision making on their part, and going head to head with GLU squad. They have 1,400 plus damage versus 1,500. Again, a pretty even fight in terms of damage, but Alpha 7 dominating with 8 elimination points and getting 3 members to join that last zone.
To be honest, it was like a great surprise for me. NS Red Force getting taken down just like that. I mean, they do have all the advantage working out for them, facing up against Alpha 7, because they do have, of course, a little bit of that elevation, and they were in position. So Alpha 7 really did have a hard time getting through NS Red Force, but just like what you mentioned, they were able to flip the script, and Alpha 7 did an amazing job so far getting included in the top teams here. and also securing the chicken dinner for match number 5 here in Erangel. And as for the other top performers, we have to give it to, of course, NC2 of the Arena. We got Superman right here coming from Vikings. Nobu coming from D plus Kia, also included in the lineup of the overall top performers for day number 1. And Carillo coming from Alpha 7, putting out a total of 3 elimination points and a total of 37.5% for team contribution.
So over here on our match leaderboard, we have with 18 points, of course, the people or the group with the chicken dinner. We have Alpha 7 with 10 placement points and 8 eliminations, followed by Vikings with also 8 eliminations, and the very active Faze clan with 9 elimination points, running up the top 3 podium finish. Sadly, we have Sem9, Claw Slayers, Hora, and Kinotrope with 0 points total for this match, but really a great way to shake things up in terms of the leaderboard, because this time we have D plus Kia just getting a single digit point for this round. Well, a first time for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they were able to secure 2 chicken dinners.
I feel bad though for Japan's Kinotrope Gaming. This is the first time that I've casted a tournament with them actually get participating in this lobby. And after match number 5, they still haven't gotten any points, for themselves. But perhaps, they could go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, after this day, they will have a chance to go through this first broadcast and be able to come up with a much more effective plan, for day number 2 of the playoffs.
Definitely. And we can see right here, we have more throwables used again. From match 1, we only had 105, if I remember. And now we have 260 throwables being used. A testament to how action-packed this is. Again, that last stage, with part of it being the planes, is so important to have that kind of mix-up where you don't really actually know where everyone is shooting from. So that's really, really great. Over here, we have our overall rankings as of match 5 of day 1. We have Bigatron on number 9 spot and Sem9 at number 16. A lot more teams are expected to shake things up as well. A lot of movement in the leaderboard, with Nongshim Red Force jumping up to number 10, taking a huge leap, 8 spots to be specific. Okay, some shakeups are happening, but again, we have to clarify, this is a round robin, so you don't really actually predict that standings, because some teams have played for 3 games, some teams have played for 4 games, but each team will be able to play a total of 4 games for this night. So until the end of match 6, that's when we will actually see where everyone's fate lies as of day 1.
But you know what? As for Kinotrope of Japan, maybe they do have a surprise for us come day number 2 of this competition. Again, it's not how you start the game, but how you finish it. Okay, Mission Control, you're confusing me, but you know what? We're down to our last game for day number 1, the playoffs, ladies and gents. So don't go away. We'll be taking a short break.
of the dunes of Miramar. Again, this is Coach Abby, and I'm here with Red Queen Andy, and we've seen all the regions represent for tonight. But we are back in Miramar for our final game. It's grit, it's grind, and it's a grand ending for the first day.
Yep, and it's still the 4th of July, ladies and gents, so we are definitely ending day number 1 with a loud bang. Okay, I do have a question for you, Coach Abby, because of course this is your first time casting for Pubg, but have you been playing Pubg? Did you ever have a chance to play Pubg?
Well, I'm an OG. You know, I used to play this back when Powerbang was like one of the main streamers, and Hot Jukes was actually a pro player for
Hot
Tribe.
Jukes was
Yeah,
a pro
he was
player.
a pro player way back. It was Rolex and him and Powerbang in one team, and that was, I think, season 2 to 4 of PUBG Mobile. So you would say I'm an OG, but right now I'm really enjoying the action that the pro players are presenting to us.
You know what we were talking about off cam? We were talking about how Coach Abby's favorite gun, or like what Coach Abby's favorite gun when she was playing PUBG. And do you guys have any idea what it is? It's Car 98, and nobody's using that anymore.
I'm out of the meta, but I'm not out in terms of prediction points because I already have 1 point. So I would say for this round, I'm gonna go with Bigatron.
What?
Yeah, I have to go Bigatron. I mean, go big or go Bigatron or go home.
Yeah,
Go Bigatron or go home. We're representing
so
the red now.
Who needs
my-
luck when you have Falak? And now go
Go Bigatron or go home.
go Bigatron or go home. Okay, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Okay. What? You sure?
Oh.
Okay.
So the
Darth
first-
Vader said I have to go with Alpha Gaming.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see. I want to give it a chance. I want to give it a chance. I'm pretty sure that, since East recently joined the roster, perhaps, they are trying to maybe fix the chemistry, fix the rotations, maybe trying out some new moves, for Alpha Gaming. We haven't seen, like the explosive gameplay just yet coming from Alpha Gaming, but we're not losing hope just yet. I mean, just maybe, since we are already down at our final game here in Miramar for match number 6, maybe we could see a little sneak peek of what they can actually deliver in the battlefield.
Well, from one alpha to another, I guess, because Alpha 7 already got their chicken dinner. Let's hope Alpha Gaming shows up and shows off their skills right now. That's your prediction. I would love for you to get a point as well, Red Queen. Here, that was a subtle jab right there. I just had to flex. I had the point. Anyway, on to the desert dunes of Miramar. We are back in the heat of things, and this is the best way to cap our day 1. And we are looking at the teams securing their spot in Miramar.
The Battle of the Alphas.
That's a game I will not pass. I'll pass not on that.
The
fight.
Battle of the Alphas. Okay, that is a good one. All right, so getting back into the game here, ladies and gents, we can see the usual suspects, of course, getting the most knockouts, getting the most headshots, getting the most elimination points. Pretty much still, like the same names. But anyway, we can see the flight path, and it's over to the right side of Miramar over here from north to south. Los Leones is right below the flight path here, so I'm pretty sure this will be highly occupied by teams here. We can see that GLU is choosing to drop around South Park area, maybe taking control of Puerto Paraíso. And as for Sim9, okay, I don't see any team that are close to their spot, but BTR as well as Team Secret and even Vampire eSports, BTR right down there in the center of Miramar. But this is like a peculiar circle here, Coach, because we got at least 50% water.
And this is exactly what I ordered. I wanted the crazy zone, and it's delivering on the last match of the day. That's gonna be exciting. Again, for a Miramar to have half of it in the water, that's gonna be great. But this is the Attack on Titan skin right here being sported by Tourniquet, but sadly he is down for the count. Longshim actually securing that first blood with Tourniquet biting the dust right there. Doc Z, and everyone else from Longshim getting 1 point. And let's see what will happen in the next few moments.
Sasageyo.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys are fans of Attack on Titans here, but that was, I believe that's Mikasa's skin. I did see Captain Levi also being used here in the tournament. We'll probably spot him later on. But Nongshim Red Force now very effective with their strategy, I can say, bagging one elimination point right off the bat here, Tourniquet out of the game, which puts the arena at risk here of actually getting eliminated stage 1 in Miramar. You know, this is not even the first time that they actually, you know, duking it out with the same team here. So it's the same drop spot, and we'll probably see that happen, you know, for most of the matches here in the tournament. And as for Alpha Gaming, it's Joel, Rufus, Doc, and East. So no top for this round.
Yeah, the Alpha Gaming actually sustaining a bit of damage right now. Rufus still at half health, and Doc trying to heal up, still not at the 100% early on in the fight, and that is a peculiar way to start Miramar. But they're also sieging up. This is a place that Talon also has under lock and key, so we'll see who gets the better out of their opponent.
Okay, here we go. Alpha Gaming right now getting closer and closer to where Talon eSports is. Unfortunately, that was a great spot though, coming from Akul, shutting down Joel. East continues to cook some nade here, throwing into the smoke, but not hitting anyone just yet. Talon won, trying to pick up the situation here, trying to find an angle that he could use to shut down East in the process, but they're having a hard time. But oh no, Doc as well has been shut down, and that's confirmation coming through. Doc already out of the game, which puts APG at a big risk here. Rufus trying to retaliate with a massive counter, very effective. Unfortunately though, for Talon, they do have that advantage, and Rufus coming into play a little bit late, and that was it for Alpha Gaming with only 1 point in the bag here.
We've been talking about the synergy that is yet to be seen from Alpha Gaming. It seems like something that you're gonna have to wait till day 2 to show the rest of the teams here in Ruthless. Well, we have a great matchup right there, and Alpha Gaming sadly exits, but Talon secures 4 points for themselves in that clash. Nongshim Red Force also with a bit of damage here, trying to find a secure spot, because again they're facing off with E-Arena, and Kinotrope actually setting sights on the Talon squad that was previously in a fight with Alpha Gaming, and it's a great time for them to actually get some points in.
Yeah, would love for that to happen. Okay, here we go. Yoru, where's the backup though? Okay, he does have a DPS, which is of course a great weapon to have. Now he's trying to defend himself up against a squad here, which is of course hard to pull off. But then again, Kinotrope gaining that confidence for this last round finale, was able to get 1 point at least. And now, yeah, I mean, Talon eSports were waiting for the cavalry to arrive to avenge their fallen. What did I just witness? A camel
just
landing.
Yeah.
Did that camel just?
Yeah, that was a great
did it
leap of
fly?
faith. There you go, another one just for the laws and the memes. We have the that's actually how the camels move inside the desert.
Do they have the ability to fly?
Well, no, not really. It's more of leaping.
Oh,
and,
okay. All right.
Just taking the hills one by one. So yeah, that is as we saw an escape being called for the talent squad, trying to avoid any more casualties. They already lost 2 players at the cost of 4 points. Again, all points are welcome, but again, this is a game of odds as well. So we don't want teams to lose players this early in the game. At the 7-minute mark, we still have 15 teams. Only 1 team exited, and that's Alpha Gaming. But the damage is being clocked in. Voin Donkey also healing up. We have Talon with 2 members, as we said, and E-Arena only with 3. Now, the blue zone is creeping up. Again, we have a very odd zone. Half of it is almost water. So that is something that's going to be key. Would you delay getting in and tank some damage and let other people clash it out first? Or would you be one of the first people to enter the safe zone? So right now we are seeing E-Arena trying to keep it low-key as Nongshim Red Force moves out and tries to secure a place in the safe spot.
All right, here we go. And it's Red Force trying to get hold of the situation here. E-Arena getting shot at. NC2 knocked down on the ground. Same thing goes for 4, 5, 6. And as Red Force gaining that momentum over E-Arena. They seem to be winning the fight here since they were able to put down a couple players coming from E-Arena here. Let's see if E-Arena can still effectively defend themselves. But Joker being the last remaining player here, man. Doxy just made sure there's no coming back from that one. And E-Arena just got eliminated with no points whatsoever.
Well, they did try to extend their life there, trying to, again, keep quiet and let Nongshim pass. But that's it. That was it. Nongshim took them out, and they're free to loot the bodies right now. Again, over on the north side, we still have a late entry from Voin Donkey, which might be a cause for concern for Nongshim. Again, they already sustained a lot of damage from the zone and also from that clash with E-Arena. So that's everything that's happening on the north side of things. This is a very curious map that we have, very tight, and now it's shifted over on one side. This is the east side of that zone, and good for some of the teams that are already there. Again, GLU with the sea behind them, that's a good spot for them. But the question is, will they be able to defend from all the risks that are coming in from different sides?
Yeah. For the teams that you can see being highlighted, okay, they're not highlighted, okay, but there are a lot of teams still outside of the zone here. So I feel like most of the fight that will happen next would be over to the north and the west side of the map. As for Vampire Esports, okay, we haven't really seen Vampire Esports explode, right? We haven't seen them really be the team that we expect them to be. But this is them just taking their sweet time and just like maybe checking out the competition, not really eager to score some points just yet, because this is just day number 1. But we all know what Vampire Esports can actually do in any given situation, considering like if we are playing it at an official tournament. So, you know, they cannot be taken lightly. And Team Secret, okay, over at stage 2 here, they're close with where A1 Esports is currently at. But it's a quiet time, right? There's a truce happening all around the kingdom of Miramar, but not for Vampire and BTR, because this is about to go down.
Yeah, we know that vampires can show up because they were the champions for season 10. Alpha 7 was champion for season 9. So again, will there be another color that's going to be waved around, because it's orange for the last 2 seasons for Ruthless. But here we have a clash between Bigatron and Vampire. Curem is down. Lazarus taking him down, but Lazarus is being attacked also as well by Nona. And we have Kent trying to peek and get sights of the attacking Vampire Esports team. So there's a lot of things that are happening all around, and a lot of clashes that are bound to happen again with this zone shift. And Kent is trying to move in closer to where his teammates are, but the Vampire is seeking to spoil the fun as the zone starts to close in. We still have a few other teams that are trying to make their way into the zone. Again, still the next zone is going to be half water. So a a little less land, a little more action for all the other teams.
We can see smokes being popped off by Vampire eSports. They're close with the BTR, but as for a fight, actually breaking out, considering the distance that we have between these two teams, I think what we can experience would be like some sort of like a mid-range exchange, but like with the CQC, it's not going to happen just yet. But as for Team Secret, going up against A1 Esports right now, GK already on the move here with the shotgun, but unfortunately it's a little bit reckless from his side, and now he's down on the ground here. Rowdy making it happen still for A1, now cooking up a nade here. Oh, Trang just got eliminated by a tryout. Hitman, first a grenade elimination. A1 Esports seems to be doing a good job over here, taking care of business up against Team Secret. Hitman now already making a move, trying to switch angles over here, coming from down below, but Hitman just got hit with a shotgun as well, effectively by Frankie of Team Secret.
Now, this is a great chance for both teams to rack up some points, but Team Secret falls in the hands of A1. A1 securing points for themselves, and that is a good thing for Sinister's squad. Okay, here we have Glue or GLU setting sights on SEM 9, and again the hills of Miramar coming into play, all the different angles that people are attacking from, and we have GLU seeing some movement down there from Yangon, and Yangon still tanking the blue and trying to find their spot in the zone. Here we have Voin Donkey as well, using the vehicles as a shield. Great tactic to have, actually. But there is a sighting of a full squad here. You have D Savior with their very own compound, and they're also moving away. And we have Razak calling the shots, telling the rest of the team this is where they are.
Voin Donkey holding on to a high ground advantage here. They do have a clear sight over to the boys of the D Savior. Lazarus inside this house, just picking up all the information that he could get. So far, you know, you have to be accurate in terms of like how you extract your information, because it's going to be helpful, you know, going through crunch time, you know, when it comes to really breaking down as to where your oppositions is, will be coming from. Map feed, however, we still have that 20% of water included into the zone here, so we do have that limited space. So in this situation that we have, with the circle shifting again a little bit down south, there's a massive cleanup definitely happening over to the north side. I mean, Boom, A1, Sem9, teams that are staying over to the edge of the circle, that's the opportunity for them to assume a lot of points, since they do have that gatekeeping opportunity, you know, for those teams that are still outside of the zone.
And one thing that we have also witnessed in the past match, Voin Donkey delaying the entry to the zone, watching out from all the gatekeepers and the clashes. This is a matter of timing, knowing when to join in on the fight. We have Fourth Thrives over on the west side, making sure that they are guarding that side of the map, and everyone else is trying to secure a secure location for themselves. Nongshim is right here. Fourth Thrives is actually seeing where they are at, and the zone is coming in, creeping in. Let's see if everyone else can see or grab this opportunity that is presented to themselves. Okay, here we have Voin Donkey leading the pack, but also Fourth Thrives and Nongshim. Nongshim is crashing Bigatron's compound right now, and we see Beanie going head-to-head. Voin Donkey and Vampire eSports also in an altercation. TZ takes down two members of Bigatron. With 5 eliminations, they are dominating the rest of the crew here. We have Kent trying to make sure that he can clap back, but they already lost half of their team with that altercation with Nongshim Red Force. The Korean squad getting their momentum right after that very good game that they had, where they placed third in match 3.
5 points in the bag now for the Korean team. Nongshim Red Force seems to be doing a great job here, going up against their enemies, but XZY took a fall. Potato as well coming from Void Donkey. From the kill feed, not doing great as well. Doxy needed to heal himself up to prepare for a battle because they're not out of the woods just yet. 4 Thrives as well, defending the compound. They're at the edge of the circle here, so it's a life and death situation, Coach Abby.
It is, and Nongshim actually losing 2 players as well. This is a great opportunity for Bigatron to level down the playing field. Bigatron with 1 player can he do it or can't he not? So that is one question that we have. Shotgun to the face. There we have it. Vitality, Bigatron by Vitality exiting and they're back to the lobby waiting for the next day and the next game to play.
12 teams remaining. D-Savior still in play over here. Unfortunately, though, for TZ. Been taken out of the equation here, but the fight is not over just yet for the side of NS Red Force. And Doxy with an attack up against Falak, and Falak actually falling into his hands. He's now been taken back to the lobby as well. D-Savior now 2 points in the back. Void Donkey got eliminated with 3 points in their pockets. Noki, it is all up to you. And Noki with an effective shot with that spray, he just eliminated that last player coming from NS Red Force. What a play!
I gotta give a heads up and a shout out to our production team. They called it Nongshim, really showing what they can do right now. Vampire Esports, by the way, 1 player down as they're facing, I believe, D-Saver right there. Okay, eliminated right now. We are losing Vampire Esports. Boom against A1. Shotguns all around and eliminated as well. We have A1 leaving a top 9.
Man, Levi's took a hit as well, which is unfortunate for the side of D-Savior. But Boom Esports, okay, this is quite an improvement, I can say, for Boom. I mean, this is something that I do expect, for the likes of Boom Esports. They are such a staple name when it comes to the Ruthless community. I would love for them to dominate as well. It's been a while, for Boom to actually really give us that performance of a lifetime, and I would love to witness an explosive gameplay coming from the Wolfpack. GLU squad here. I can say that they're doing such a great job as well. They're always included in the top 10, in every match that we've had so far, and I would love to see more coming from GLU squad, and Xbox is delivering that. It was such a good game for him. He was able to tag a couple players from Boom Esports, but not quite sure if he was able to translate that one into an elimination point, or what was it, just like a takedown. But for GLU, they have to defend this compound up against Boom because they're already making themselves like a way for them to eliminate GLU in this process.
This is exactly what we're talking about. When you enter the zone earlier, you are preparing for a siege coming from the people coming in from outside the zone, and that's what's happening to GLU. Boom and GLU head-to-head, shotguns all around, everyone's low, and we have another secure kill right there from Boom, and that is it. GLU is exiting, and they're back to the lobby as well.
I love the effort, though, coming from GLU squad. Even if they haven't scored the chicken dinner just yet, you have to give it to them because, again, they always, doing an effective rotation just to make sure that they get enough placement points. Maybe they are a little bit unlucky in terms of getting that chicken dinner, but I do know that it's going to be possible for GLU squad in the coming days to actually get that chicken dinner that they have been, eagerly really getting their hands on. But as for Yangon Galacticos, they do have like a great angle here to shut down Sem9. Because Sem9, they don't have that much option in terms of cover. And as for Yangon Galacticos, they have that elevation. They have that high ground advantage. So let's see if they can actually utilize and capitalize this situation.
And that's the thing with sticking around and being clumped up together. Throwables are going to be part of the risk that you have to account for. If you're all huddled together in one shed, one throwable may be able to do it for you. And that is the risk that Sem9 is facing right now with Yangon breathing down their necks, looking at it from the angle that they're at with the ridge being on their side. Again, this is a circle. I'm so glad there's no sea now and there's enough space for people to move around. But we still have Yangon securing the bottom part of the map along with Sam9, who they are actually memorizing the move of. And we have Fourth Rise coming in from the north side. And a lot of the action is still to be determined. Most of the teams that we have on the top 7 are lacking some players. So this is a great opportunity for the squads with the full capacity to show up. And I'm so glad that the Japanese team is holding on up to this late point of the game.
Speaking of those teams that still have a complete squad here, Coach Abby, that would be Yangon Galacticos, The Savior, and Kino Trope, right? Sem9, Yuhai is still knocked down on the ground, but there's still that possibility that he can get picked up. What I can say about the situation is that they have to be careful when it comes to The Savior.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are so good when it comes to that late game play. Yeah, especially in Miramar, you know, this could be like super dangerous, you know, for the other teams here. I mean, The Savior still a complete squad. They do have a big chance still, you know, to get that chicken there. Maybe that's the surprise coming towards the end. Maybe The Savior, you know, will show us a bit of their power, you know, just to satisfy the fans down there in the comment section.
Yeah, and right here, speaking of power, Fourth Rise sieging and taking over this spot where Talon is at. And even though they're down to 2 members, we are seeing a very successful attack. And Talon down to the ground, Akol actually down, and they are securing more points for themselves. Axel is all alone, and now it is official. Sam9 exits with no elimination points for their squad, and this is it. Fourth Rise doing their best. However, that action, that commotion has summoned The Savior, and they know there's another team here, and they are trying to send over 4 to scout the area. But he's sustaining some damage from the frags and the grenades that's been thrown by Noki. And this The Savior again committing to this attack. It's a 4v2, but over on the other side, they're also tanking damage from another team that sees them.
You know what? If Fourth Rise can actually turn the tables up against The Savior, I am going to flip. Now, Noki, of course, is cooking the nade here, trying to shut down Pathogen. But good thing, you know, for Pathogen, he was able to hide behind something and was able to evade that nade attack coming from Noki. But Fourth Rise now in big trouble as they are going up against The Savior because Noki already got knocked down on the ground. So we're talking about the last player, and that was it. A nail to the coffin coming from the side of The Savior. 5 elimination points and eliminating Fourth Rise in the process.
And still being able to pick up one of their players that was knocked down. The Savior, as you've called it out a while ago, I think you're right. They're really flexing their close quarters and late game skills in this lobby. So again, we still have 3 teams with possibly 4 members coming into the late part of this game, while Boom only has 1 player trying to evade combat. And Kinotrope is seeing where The Savior is actually at because of all that commotion and that victory that they had. But can Kinotrope land their shots here and take the game or the battle to The Savior?
You know, I feel like we don't exactly know just yet what Kinotrope can actually do. You know, for this tournament, we haven't really seen them perform. You know, this is just day number 1. This is the first time that I've seen them actually play in a competition. So I am curious at what kind of power they can bring into the table here. So let's see. Boom eSports right now flexing their 7-point elimination, you know, for the team. But unfortunately, Mastery here is the only player remaining for the side of the Wolfpack here. Can he still manage to at least get some placement points still, or perhaps, you know, get some more elimination points as much as he could? Because, well, it could be hard, but it's not impossible at all. The Savior remaining to be the top team here, potentially securing the chicken dinner, a total of 34% over here, but Yangon is still alive. Yangon being one of the formidable teams here, at least for this top 3, could potentially also get that chicken dinner. But I do wonder if this could be the moment, you know, for the Japanese team to get the job done.
Yeah, we are seeing some movement here. Yangon actually trying to get in closer to where Kinotrope is, taking down Tamara with him. Romeo Boy taken down low, but he was able to knock down one of the players for Kinotrope. Kinotrope also getting low. Smile, sieging Mark, one of the first people to exit some of the lobbies that we had earlier, but they are now being sieged by Yangon. Yangon versus Kinotrope. Very clear advantage for the Yangon squad with the health being compromised for Kinotrope. Kinotrope trying to utilize his bridge and try to hide from Smile, but frags are being thrown left and right. Yangon eliminating one more player from Kinotrope. These saviors still enjoying a bit of peace and quiet while Kinotrope is being gunned down by Yangon.
Oh man, this could be it. This could be it. I mean, 4 points in the bag for the Japanese. Okay, so far so good. We got one player knocked down on the ground from the side of Yangon Galacticos, but we got Romeo Myrna Boy cooking up a nade here. Ozzy-san caught a nade to the face, which puts Kinotrope in a world of trouble here, and that's it for Yangon Galacticos dominating over Kinotrope. Now it is time for the real battle to begin. Vietnam versus Myanmar. Yangon Galacticos versus D-Saver, and that was an effective shot coming from Levi, shutting down that player, but unfortunately he gets knocked down as well. Pathogen to the rescue, and Pathogen seals the deal. Oh my goodness, just like what I told you, Coach Abby.
You said it. Attack and use that damage to your advantage. The Savior doing so well, calling it out, knowing just when to attack, and Paragin as the spear of it. Although he didn't get any elimination points, the rest of the team were able to capitalize on that sacrifice and really just clash with Yangon and get that victory.
Oh man, D-Savior, you guys always do this. Especially in Miramar. Like, all of the ingredients are there. We are in Miramar. There's still a complete squad here. They have been quiet during the first few zones, of the match. And again, like what we said, D-Savior being good at this kind of performances and actually securing that chicken dinner, it came as no surprise for me at all, to be honest. But it's also quite curious to see that only Levi's has a picture. I mean, I do understand, like, we don't even know who 2504 is, or even like DX4, but Patagene, where is your picture? You did not submit did not submit anything to production, but I do wonder if Lamborghini is actually playing. We don't know, because we still have to unlock those players. But getting head-to-head here between D-Savior and Yangon Galacticos, this is a great damage output, I can say, over to the side of Yangon Galacticos, but it's still pretty close to what D-Savior was able to put out as well. 8 and 9 elimination points, just 1 point lead over to the side of Yangon Galacticos. And as for the healing, well, it's pretty obvious that big number is over to the side of D-Savior.
It's just a testament of how much action D-Savior had to go through. They went through the ringer before they were able to secure that, at least that top 3. And when they were able to secure that, when they were able to enjoy a moment of peace, that's when they plotted against whoever stands in their way and whoever survives that final clash between the second and third teams. Right now we have Mernot Boy being the MVP of the last match with 6 elimination points for Yangon Galacticos. Again, they did not shy away from any of the clashes, so that's why Mernot Boy is enjoying that MVP accolade right now. Followed closely by Boom, Asri with 4 elimination points, followed by 1 player from Four Tribes, which will remain to be a mystery. I cannot read the symbols, nor can I see the face. And we have Levi's closing out our top 4 performers for this match.
But for Four Tribes, this player, 66.67% Same thing with the team contribution that was set out by Mernat Boy from Yangon Galacticos. And we're looking at the match leaderboard right now. Boys and girls, 18 points in total for D-Saver. Again, if D-Saver is in the mood to really perform, they're going to show it. They're going to show it. And what a way to show it, of course, by winning that chicken dinner. Yangon Galacticos coming in at second place with 15, 11 for Bloom eSports, and Kinotrope Gaming. Welcome to the game, guys.
Yeah.
10 points in total, not bad at all. This will definitely improve your overall status in the game, which is, of course, absolutely great. Arena, however, for this round, day number 1 of the playoffs, exited the game with a 0.
And that is like a testament of how heavy the action is in the first part of the map. Again, Alpha Gaming exited with just a singular point because they were actually the first team to be eliminated because of the action that ensued right off the bat. Over here on our match stats, we have 165 throwables used, most of which I saw were on the last few stages of the game. And we have 9 total headshots, 290 meters as the longest elimination distance. And it's very interesting that we have so much, a lot of healing that happened in this match. And I'm guessing it's because of the movement when they were trying to avoid or tanking some damage from the blue zone. Again, a very curious zone map for everyone.
But hey, what a day number 1, explosive day number 1 for the playoffs of the Ruthless Invitational Showdown. Again, this is what we expect coming in to play. I do love the fact that, D plus Kia right off the bat came out guns blazing, and just really racked up a lot of points here to make sure that they do have enough gap compared to the other teams. Also in the lobby, so I do wonder if that's going to be the same energy tomorrow as they step into another 6 matches, and if there are other teams that will, of course, try to challenge them, for that top spot. And of course, we cannot deny the power that is Nobu right here. 17 total elimination points, 2,561 damage output. This guy is the overall MVP for day number 1.
I mean, if you play by the rules and the math behind it, at least 4 eliminations per game, because each team got 4 matches, right? More than 4 eliminations per game. That's how consistent this guy is. Nolbu really showing up for D plus Kia, securing that MVP slot for day number 1.
Oh man, and just so you guys know, the players that are, of course, on the road to being the overall MVP of the playoffs. Again, we've got Nobu being at the top spot here, followed by Razak, 3 elimination points, averaging 3 elimination points. And then we've got Favian of D plus Kia again also. So we've got 3 players coming from D plus Kia, and Mernat Boy coming from Yangon Galacticos. Now, out of all of the players here, Coach Abby, I can say the one that really made a mark for me, that would be Razak, at least for day number 1, because of the fact that, it was such an effective gameplay that he showed us just moments ago, wherein he was able to take down 3 players all by himself.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to Falak as well, leading his pack. And what I can say is this guy really shows up for the team, carries the team behind his back.
Man.
And I just want to see who else will have his back, because we know it's a team game. Like here we have D plus Kia with several notable players, and that's why they're on the top of the leaderboard. So all the other teams, they need some backup for Razak, for Falak, and also for Mernat Boy to secure more points for the next day. Overall rankings up on the board, we have D plus Kia again with 2 chicken dinners, heading the pack with 67 points, followed by Voin Donkey with 52. Not bad at all with 1 chicken dinner, a very dominant match for performance. And over on the second page, we have Alpha 7 on rank number 9, Alter Ego being at the bottom with number 16. Again, the purpose is to qualify for the next stage, and these are
Yeah.
the teams that are showing up. Again, a very tight point system for 12 to 16, from 19 to 14 points. And the one page that we want to avoid is definitely the last page.
Yeah, the last page. But then again, it's too early to say anything, like again, there's still plenty of chance, for those teams that are part of the third page to make something out of this. I mean, Alpha Gaming, Vampire Esports, Sem9, RQ, Arena, Hora, Claw. I mean, these are big names, right?
Yes.
I mean, this is not the end of the line just yet. This is just day number 1, and we can still witness a lot of great things to happen. But as for Kano Trope, this is a great improvement, for them, because they managed to rack up a total of 10 points for themselves. And all these points accumulated during the last match. So I guess that's a thumbs up, for the Japanese team. And for, of course, the overall tournament, overall day number 1 of the playoffs here, I can say that, it was such a great time to see also that the teams that we do expect to really perform did perform, for day number 1, especially for D plus Kia. We also got Bigatron as well, Yangon Galacticos, Voin Donkey. I would love to see more of the action come day number 2. And let's not forget, Coach Abby, because Smash Rule is going to take effect on the grand final. So that is something that I look forward to.
And again, this is Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11. We've seen the showdown, we've seen the throwdowns, but don't let that get you down, because we just finished day 1, and it brings us to an end of an absolutely electric day for this one. 6 matches, a lot of clutch moments, a lot of MVP moments, but that is it for day number 1, and I'm so glad to be part of it.
And also, ladies and gents, before we wrap things up, don't forget to support Ruthless Hype Esports by subscribing to their YouTube page. You don't want to miss anything that is happening inside Ruthless Invitational Showdown. And also, don't forget, because, we know how to hype things up. We know how to deliver a great tournament to you guys to make sure that you guys enjoy. Everything, from production to the players to the talents. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Again, my name is Red Queen Andy, together with Coach Abby here. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms as well. So see you guys tomorrow for day number 2 of the Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 11. Bye!
Bye, everyone. Thank you.